Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday fashion gifts, like cozy fits and stylish shirts. You'll have money left over for those aviators that make you feel like a maverick. Or that ugly holiday sweater that's, like, really ugly.
OMG, that's, like, really ugly.
Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Hey, anyone know what channel the game's on? We know. Download the Sports on What app today and always know how to watch the game. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Subscribe today to start your 7-day free trial. Sports on What? We know.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, tomorrow from 4 to 8 p.m., we will be at Black Raven Brewery in Woodinville to taste and debut our new limited-time beer, Ola Days. Now, Ola Days is a porter, and we're throwing a party. A porter party. So with that in mind, we floated the idea of a porter party porta potty, and wouldn't you know it, the fine folks at Honey Bucket, they decided to grace us with our very own porter party porta potty. Now, while most people would argue that there's nothing glamorous about a porta potty, we disagree, and we're not alone. Earlier this year, professional golfer John Rahm, he earned kudos and gratitude from fellow golfers and caddies when he convinced the PGA to add 8 porta potties to each tournament venue. That's right. John recognized that he and his counterparts, they can't control or predict when they'll have to poop or pee. So John lobbied the PGA to provide more porta potties so the golfers, they can, answer nature's call privately. And other porta potty news. The City Council in Green Highlands, Canada, they're currently debating whether or not to fund all 13 of its municipal parks porta potties for all 12 months of the year. Now, like anything, it's all about how and where to spend our limited budget, but know that the public wants the porta potties to stay. And that's the thing, right? Nobody really wants to use a porta potty, but man, when you need one, and there's one available, there is nothing better. Subsequently, if you really need one and you can't find one, well, it sucks. And a lot of times it's embarrassing. And that's what leads to today's question. We've all been in this scenario, and today we want to know, when could you have really used a porta potty?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
All the tells, away we go. Welcome to Season 19, Episode number 4,211. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. Exciting return of Ted versus the FCC. Oh, man, once again today, Ted gets the day off.
That's right.
As Steve Miggs from the Daily Miggs Morning Show, he is teamed up with Danny V, the producer. They have their own fantasy team. They finished last again.
They should call their team a nightmare team.
This past weekend.
I'm also, at this rate, boys, I'm just not coming in on Fridays.
You're retired.
You might not need to.
Ted versus
all right.
Till the end of the football season, I'm just saying.
If they lose again, I'm not coming in next Friday.
Yeah. Return of Ted versus the FCC, Steve Miggs style, coming up at 4:35 on the program. And as you know, tomorrow is the big Ola Days Porter Party going on at Black Raven in Woodinville. We'll be there from 4 until 8. It is absolutely free. Stop by, try the brand new Ola Days Holiday Porter, available in limited release, only on draft, of course. Your first chance to try it will be tomorrow. So if you're in the Woodinville area, stop by and see us and try the new beer. Comes in at about 7.5%.
Yeah.
It is flavored with Grandma's rum balls, chocolates, vanilla, orange peel, and holiday spices.
Yes.
And it's supposed to be one of the more smooth porters. So we're looking forward to trying it. That's the one thing that we've been talking about in the office amongst ourselves. Just can't wait to try the beer because we know everything Black Raven does is fantastic.
Yeah, it's that easy.
I mean, if you've ever had one of their Cocoa Jones, you know they already make a great porter. So this one is in addition to that, and it's for the holiday season. So stop by and hang out with us and drink a few beers. We will have a honey bucket for you to take photos, a porta potty out front at the Porter Party.
Just like you demanded.
That's right.
Just like you demanded the porta potty.
And you can take pictures. Honest to God, Honey Bucket has a contest. You could win $1,000 or your own porta potty if you scan their QR code, and you get a chance to win $1,000. So
I'm doing that tomorrow, man.
absolutely, you can't take a picture inside. They want you to take a picture outside of the facility.
I don't know that we can win the money now.
Why?
Because that porta potty is at our event. It's kind of like we kind of work for Honey Bucket.
I know,
Or
but
with
my
them.
thing was, look, if we won $1,000, I would just give it to the Fisher House, since that's what we're raising money for in the first place. So,
Yeah, exactly.
But this is a special Honey Bucket, man. This is the porta potty. Not just your standard Honey Bucket. You ever name a Honey Bucket? You've been to festivals. You ever name one? Like, there's Greg. No, you haven't. This is the porta
I have not.
party. I know you
And I've
haven't.
had a
That's
lot
what-
of-
Had a lot of Honey
lot of
Bucket
experiences.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This one's special, man.
Yeah. And today, on the question whether it is a Honey Bucket porta potty experience that you have had before, or maybe you just really needed one, this is your opportunity. Look, we've all slipped on one.
For sure.
As age goes on, we've got a bunch of those stories about people in just incredibly unfortunate circumstances. Now, one thing about the game of golf that I like to play on the weekends is the fact that there are very limited bathroom facilities. Now, most guys know it's not the hardest thing in the world to sneak into the woods, use the bathroom behind a tree,
Sure.
not be visible, and do your business. However, if you're a female golfer, that is not as easy to do. And when you get to those bathrooms, you see the women there, they're getting there quick because they're not.
Always a longer line.
They are few and they are far between.
Part of golf, I feel like for a dude, is peeing in the woods.
It's amazing that more people don't have just wet naps and bags in their golf bag just in case.
Do you have wet naps?
Just in case you need to clean up.
Just in case, yeah.
I do not.
You don't?
I do not have any type of. That's what I'm saying. Like, you'd think.
But
You
just
need
the
to-
way you
I know.
phrase that,
You'd think.
shocking. These people don't have them. Do you have them?
No,
of course not.
no.
That's why it's shocking.
And knock on wood, I've never crapped myself on a golf course.
It's going to happen next week now.
You know, I never have. So I'm
Well, also, I feel like with golf too, if you really got to poop that bad, like I would just be like, "Hey, Miles, I'm taking the cart."
yeah, well, I walk is the problem. So, you know,
Oh, you're screwed.
I am screwed. Our first story deals with John Rahm. John Rahm is a PGA golfer. He did move on to the LIV Tour.
Right.
But one of the last things he did before he left the PGA Tour was do a small little thing there for the golfers. I can tell you right now, my priorities are a lot lower than what a lot of people would think, as he talked about the FedEx St. Jude Championship back in August. If I could just request one thing, I know this is going to sound really stupid, but as simple as having freaking porta potties on every hole. I know it sounds crazy.
No, it doesn't.
But I can't choose when I have to go to the bathroom. I've told the tour this many times. It's as simple as that. Now, keep in mind, depending on the tournament, depending on the speed of play, when you're playing golf, especially in that kind of setting where people are taking their time, the rounds can be between 4.5 to 5 hours.
But also, there's an audience.
If not more.
Right. So, unlike just normal day of golfing,
You
there
can't
are
go into the woods.
2,000 people
Trust me.
standing around you.
Not only
with
that, but
phones.
if you do run into the woods, if you're John Rahm, camera's going to follow you. Where's John
Yes.
Rahm going? Oh, it looks like nature called.
Yeah,
you know, like
right.
that's you're going to be called out on television, even if you're like, where is he? He's not teeing off.
Yeah, if they can't find you.
John's dropping a load in the woods, guys. You know?
Right, exactly. And you got to fight through the crowd to get there.
You've seen Reggie White, the highlight of him running off the field, sprinting. Maybe you haven't. It's probably not one of the bigger highlights in NFL football history, but it stuck in everyone's mind who saw it at the time, because obviously Reggie White was not having a medical issue. Not only that, Reggie White was a huge defensive tackle for the Green Bay Packers. This is a man who's 6'5", 6'6", and he weighs nearly 300 pounds.
He's a big dude.
He is sprinting
faster than you've ever seen him run in a game.
And he's running right in the middle of the field, and he runs off the tunnel, through the tunnel, and he's gone. And like anybody else, this is your number one defensive player. The announcers said,
what happened to Reggie White?
6'5", 3 bills.
Yeah, what happened to Reggie White?
I want to say it was a playoff game.
Was it playoffs?
Well, Reggie White had to use the bathroom. Fortunately, there was a facility
Like
close
poop
by.
style.
I will tell you this. I would never have trusted myself to run off the field at that moment. I would do a very slow pinch walk. I would not do anything.
You'd make it obvious what your problem is.
Yeah, I would not do anything to shake up what's already in the blender. You know, I think that's the worst idea.
You think anyone's just dropped the deuce in the blue medical tent now?
I don't know.
If you don't know, if you're like, look, man, I got to go. There's no way I'm making it to the locker room. Like, flip the tent up. Just beat me.
I can tell you once in like JV football, I had to poop during a practice in a porta potty. You're just wearing so much crap,
right?
Because you got the pants are tight, and you got the pads, then you got your girdle, then you got your jock on. Like it felt like it took forever.
It's like I just want to poop.
Right? Then coach is mad at you. You took forever. It's like, coach, I'm trying.
What do you want me to do? Right.
So believe it or not, November of last year, the PGA Tour, they listened to John Rahm. And they shared a memo about enhancements up for this year's season. Most notably, player restrooms getting its own section in the directive. So this year, for the first time ever, all the tournament venues, they were required to have a total of 8 at the least, with 4 on the front 9 and another 4 on the back.
All right.
They say, you know what? Every porta potty out there should have a picture of John Rahm on the front of it.
That's one way to honor him.
Because that's his legacy. And it now is on the PGA Tour. Even though he doesn't play there anymore, players still respect him as a player.
Sure.
He's just not on that tour. He took the money. He has saved, quote, the life of many people and pants. JT Poston's caddy is an admirer of Rahm forever. And if someone needs to go to the Plantation Course bathroom in Hawaii for the first tournament of the year, which they did, they'll know who to thank. That's John Rahm. So he has that as an unusual legacy.
Should it be called Porta John Rahms then?
Porta John Rahm.
Right? If you're going to honor the guys like it's already built in, Porta John Rahm. That's a great legacy. Just the fact that these players are so happy about him getting this done.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big deal. It really is.
And, well, like you said, 4 or 5 hours to play. You're surrounded by people. There are network cameras on you. And in your mind, like, I need to poop.
Okay, for an example, I play golf at Chambers Bay. It's a 5-hour round, if not more. There are 2 opportunities for you to use the bathroom on that course. The course can also be as much as an 8.5-mile walk, depending on where you hit that ball. So for 8.5 miles over 5 hours, you have 2 opportunities to use the bathroom.
Where at?
And that's it. On 1 and on 3 and then 15.
Wow.
So 3 and 15 are the same one. You just pass it.
Right.
Okay.
Where do you even pee? There's no trees in
There's
that course.
You do not.
And you just don't.
You don't. And that's part of the problem out there is if you get in one of those situations, I'll never get a hot dog.
Right.
I go to breakfast early in the morning, but I make sure to get something like a piece of French toast or nothing that's going to cause me anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's
bad.
like, I'll take 3 eggs, 2 strips of bacon.
Right. Because
would you like coffee? No.
Yeah.
No.
So Castle.
Also, I would think, yeah, I mean, when I used to play golf, we used to have beers, but I wouldn't want to be ripping beers because you got to pee.
Not at Chambers, man. Like you said, just no trees anywhere.
There was Castle talked me. God, I don't know why he does this to me. He talked me into running the North Cascade Half Marathon. Now, I believe that's what it's called. I can't remember. But anyway, we're basically up on the pass. Over the pass at Snoqualmie Ridge.
All right.
Now, most people do not know there used to be an old railway that went through underneath that pass. So, believe it or not, there's a tunnel. And that tunnel is about 1 mile and some long underneath the mountain at the top of Snoqualmie Pass.
Okay.
That is the first thing that you run through. You run through this wet, puddled, old railway tunnel. I mean, it's straight out of a horror movie. You see a little white dot at the end. You realize how long that thing is, man. It's impressive. I get to the end of that tunnel. I might backtrack a little bit. When Ryan and his wife came and picked me up, I said I did the smart thing this morning. I went to McDonald's and I got myself a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, and I got myself hash brown and a Diet Coke. That way I had something in me
right
before I started this process.
Those biscuits are greasy.
they are greasy.
They're not a McMuffin.
I learned that about a mile in. So when you get at the end of the tunnel, there is a bathroom on this trail. It is it's a state park, and they have, a very nice facility on the trail. That's it. I see the line, and it's all women waiting. And I'm thinking to myself, it's a mile. So I asked the person at the table, I said, hey, when's the next bathroom? And she said, it's in 3 miles. And I said, 3 miles. Okay, you know what?
I can do it.
I got it. So I get to mile 4. There's no bathroom. I'm like, all right, maybe it's another mile. I get to mile 5. There's no bathroom, but there is a water station. So I stop again, pound a little water, and say, hey, when's the next bathroom? Woman says it's about a mile. I said, okay. Start running again. Now I'm at 6 mile. And I'm like, all right, there's no bathroom. Now I'm at 7 mile. I'm like, oh my God.
How bad are you cramping up at this point?
Okay, I will give you the best analogy I can give you. When you run, there's a thing called chafing, and that's when you either your inside of your legs start rubbing together, or you're wet.
We used to call it chub rub.
Yeah, chub rub. You might get it under your arms, from your arms swinging, and all that stuff. I had chub rub on my butt, on the inside of my cheeks, because I was pinching my cheeks so tight that the friction could have started a fire. I mean, it was. So I get to mile 7. There's another table. I said, when is the next bathroom? Jesus. He said, it's about a half mile. I'm at mile 8 now, and I'm like, oh my God, there's no bathroom. And then, so now it's 8.5. Now 8 3/4, 5 3/4 miles away from the woman. It's longer than that. 7.
Right.
I mean, it's 7 miles. 7 miles, not 1 or 2 or 3. It's freaking 7. And when I sat down, man,
was there a line?
No, thank God. I got in there. There was one person in there, but they were walking out of the door while I was walking up. So I go in there, man, and it is, thank you, Honey Bucket. This was a Honey Bucket on the course. This was brutal. Not only that, but I'm sweating. I can't pull my tights off. It's kind of like trying to take a swimsuit off a kid who just got out of the pool because I had to use the bathroom.
That sucks.
It does. It's right. I mean, you can't. And then, man, I unloaded. I was like, oh my God, thank God. I look over. They are out of toilet paper.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm not lying. And you might be wondering, well, what did you do then? And so I went from wearing a beanie.
Oh, no.
I'm not taking my sock off. I've still got a long way to run. I'm not. I can't run.
You worked your ass on your hat.
No, the hat's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, the hat is gone. The hat is no longer on.
Right. So you use that for toilet paper.
That's exactly right. And
was it like a
knit or
like a athletic beanie? Like
it was It was a Washington Husky hat that I got at one of the Apple Cup.
You didn't have to say it was a Husky hat. You could have just said it was a Nick.
It had the Cougs on there too. It was an Apple Cup hat. It had both teams represented.
So you just ate the Apple Cup in general.
Both helmets. Both helmets. That bad boy's gone, right?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Everything's great. So I get back on the trail, get to mile 9, about a quarter mile down, get to 10, 10.5, and all of a sudden I realize there's a second wave.
Oh, man.
And I've got more in me, all right? So I cross the finish line at the bottom of the hill. There's a small area by a road. And we were going to be picked up by a bus that was then going to shuttle us back to the original parking lot at Snoqualmie Pass, which is 13 miles away. So we get to the bottom of the hill. I got to go. There's no Honey Bucket down there. I'm like, all right, whatever. Well, good news. The guy who was supposed to pick us up in that bus, apparently, according to the people there, got so hammered the night before that he overslept and did not show up to pick us up. So they had to emerge. So we're standing there.
Right.
Granted, it's freezing cold. I do not have a hat on anymore. We have to wait.
Hey, man, where's your hat?
For another driver. And I'm just sitting there. I mean, now we're on a rumble bus going back. And I don't know if you've been on a school bus lately. There's no shocks in the back. Or if they are, it's like a spring. It's like you're on a trampoline back there.
Yeah.
You're just boom, boom. I mean, every single bump in the road, every dip, you're just bouncing up and down. And it's just stewing me, man. So by the time that we get to the parking lot, thank God there was a bathroom there. I went in and destroyed that thing. And I swear to God, that was I said to myself, I'm not doing this anymore.
That's what broke.
That was it. That was the last. I did 6 altogether because I still have the medals. That was the last one I've done. I determined at that point in time.
Because of the poop.
Yes. Back to John Rahm. There was nowhere to use the bathroom. If you're just,
that's a nightmare.
And I get it because it was in the woods.
Right.
This race was in the woods. It's not like you could haul up porta potties and drop them off on a trail.
Sure.
So they couldn't. So you did the best you could. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm never doing this again. No. When could you have really used a porta potty? 206-803.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Life can be hectic, and managing your mental health is more important today than ever before. That's why Mindful Therapy Group's mission is to take the pain out of finding a therapist. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Our mental health providers are here for you, with both in-person and telehealth options to get you seen in as little as 48 hours. Mindful Therapy Group also accepts insurance. Join us to start your journey to a healthier and happier you. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to get started today.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday gifts for the home, like vacuums, bedding, and home decor. You'll have money left over for those sweet handbells you've had your eye on. Or those gingerbread scented candles that help with the illusion that you made the dessert yourself. Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
Free Rock.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
It is an oh-so-positive Friday, and coming up, we will drink and toast in the weekend with a shot of the day. Then it is Bad Choice Friday time.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault. Shame on.
And we fall back in time on a Bad Choice Friday. The clocks go back 1 hour Saturday night on Sunday morning. The good news is we do gain an hour of sleep. The bad news is this time on Monday, it'll probably be dark.
Yeah, but the sun will be up in the morning.
That's right.
Look on the bright side, Montgomery.
You getting up at 6? Just see that.
I tell you, I was going to go back to sleep today. And I was like, oh, my God, it's 10 after 7.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to go back in time on a Bad Choice Friday this weekend with Cher.
Ted, you're digging this song.
Yeah.
I mean, Ted is mouthing the words.
Did she meet the requirements of Yes, I Would? for a 70-year-old?
As I told Mike, when this video came, I don't think I was at the age that I was doing anything, but I loved this video.
I mean, look, I appreciated the video. Yeah. I don't like the song, but I can watch the video on mute.
It's got a special spot in my heart.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I like Cher. I still would. In a second.
I think her boyfriend's like 30 years old.
Oh, damn. I thought you were going to say he was
I don't think she goes. I don't think she goes for older men.
So I got a shot.
I think you might be out the window, like Leonardo. It's not.
I'm just too old for her.
That's exactly it. That's really it. Cher, and if I could turn back time, take it on Huey Lewis in the news on a Bad Choice Friday. Is this from Back to the Future 1 or 2?
This was from 1. I believe he commissioned a couple songs for that movie. This one, I think, was on like the end credits. It wasn't featured in the movie.
Okay, all right. Huey Lewis in the news. Huey and his huge penis. Back in time. Taking on Cher. And if I could turn back
Dr.
time,
Manhattan of the rock and roll world.
That's what his legacy is, man.
Oh, really?
People don't even remember
Yeah, dude,
songs.
apparently
Yeah, you don't want.
Is that just going to be our new reference point?
Well, you don't want Huey talking about your girl.
Dr. Manhattan?
Yeah, like when I talk about seeing Sherm, so just be like, oh, he's got a Dr. Manhattan thing happening.
Yeah, and I don't know exactly what he's saying.
Vote now if you follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live. One of those two tunes coming up right after we drink and tell us with a shot of the day.
I like them both.
Our question, when could you have really used a porta potty? 206-803-ROCK.
An interesting text came in. It says, several years ago, I worked for a porta potty company. I was on I-5 driving back to the shop when there was a huge accident. The freeway was blocked for several hours, and about 15 minutes after sitting there in traffic, there was a knock on my door. And there's this woman with a small child asking if they could use the porta potty that I had tied to the rear bumper. So I got out and tied the unit, set it on the freeway. 25 people later, I serviced it, put it back on the truck, and traffic
you should have
started
charged $1.
Said, how many people can say they used a porta potty on the freeway? Hey, I've used the bathroom on the freeway, but not in a porta potty.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a solid move.
Well,
Did you know everyone? And here's the thing about that lady with the kid. She was just the one that broke the seal. Because how many other people are sitting there like, man, I could really use that porta potty. And after they see her walk up and this guy puts it down, they're like, I'm next, ma'am.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Hey, look, I was in, my dad used to live in Lexington, Kentucky. And this is really going to date me. But at the time, I'm a young kid. And he was sending me back home. We're at the Greyhound bus station. All right. Train Greyhound bus station. So I was like, Dad, I got to use the bathroom. So I go in the bathroom, and the bathrooms, there are no urinals.
Okay.
I have to poop. That's fine. This works out on my behalf. But you needed to put change. You needed to put a dime or a quarter and turn the handle so that it would open up. There was really pay-to-play bathrooms back in the day, and a lot of
I think like train stations and bus stations, you find it just because of how many like homeless or vagrants or drug addicts go in there at all times of the day and shoot up and all that.
So I came back outside. I said, Dad, I need a quarter or a dime or whatever it is. He says, I don't have any change. He said, just crawl under the damn thing. So, yes.
On a bus station bathroom
in a
floor?
Greyhound bus station bathroom floor.
Nah, man.
I crawled under the front of the stall.
God.
Used the bathroom, crawled back out, then got on the bus.
How old were you?
8 or 9.
I mean, that's gross, but I can fathom where your dad's coming from.
You didn't have any change.
I don't know, man. Crawl under.
Yeah, that's what it said. Crawl under the stall.
They have those pay ones in Europe, but they're also really nice.
Yeah, that's what
like on the street. I think it costs a couple $, but like they're constantly cleaned in this and that.
I wonder if that's if you're downtown in Seattle, there are not a lot of places you can use the bathroom. Ask anybody who delivers. Ask anybody
all of 3rd Avenue.
Who drives a truck. I wonder if there is an actual business opportunity for a pay-to-play bathroom. Yeah, just like, I'm serious, like a Starbucks. You walk in there, you spend $2 or $3. That place is spotless. It's going to be clean.
I would think downtown, yeah, because if nothing else, man, after every big sporting event or concert, right, you got 70,000 people pour out.
Yeah.
An S-ton of them, myself included, usually have to go to the bathroom. The bars are going to be packed, right? I mean, but if you go like, look, man, 2 blocks up, there's a pay-to-play bathroom. I'm in.
Women, it's always $2, $3, because no matter what, they're going to use toilet paper.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Well, the guy, you have a couple options there. You get the stand or the sit payment.
But I do it like this. Like, if your ass touches that toilet seat, and now I know you're pooping, the charge goes up. So you spend $1 to get in.
Hey,
you sit down on that toilet seat, and I go, aha! They're about to use toilet paper, and it just takes it. Otherwise, it locks you in.
You can't do that because it's got a code on the door. You see, I've got this business all figured out.
No, but it would lock you in.
I'll give you the code when you give me the Duke money. Now, if you just give me urinal money, I don't give you the code, so you can't get into that stall.
So wait a minute, but say I just have to pee. I got to pay you poop money, even though I just need to pee.
No. You pay. It's a different fee for guys. So if you go to the urinal, it's $1. All right.
So these are separate doors then.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You have a urinal, and then you got one that's.
You know what would happen? People would save money, start pooping in your urinal. Mm-hmm. I'm giving up 50 cents. I'm pooping in the urinal.
Our question: when could you have really used a porta potty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Daniel. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola and happy Friday, gentlemen. So we need to go back in time to 2014.
Oh, hang on.
Hold on, Daniel. I'm almost there. I'm at 2019. Give me a second. What was I doing? All right, 2017. Okay, I'm there. I'm at 2014. I'm there with you, Daniel.
Okay, and I'm a long-haul truck driver just getting started for my day. I do my pre-trip. I pop back inside the truck stop. I do my business, brush my teeth. I get all nice and pretty looking because I'm an hour and a half away from my delivery spot. So I head out feeling good about myself. A half hour goes by, and then my stomach just does the gurgle noises, and I'm just like, oh, no. I'm on a tight schedule, and I have no room for wiggles. So I got to figure something out.
You don't even have time to poop.
No, I mean, I've got about a 10-minute window. That's how
I got you.
My schedule was.
Okay.
So, anywho, I find an off-ramp, and there are a few trees around, but it is by a very, very busy highway, and I am weighing my options. And then all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I see that metal thing that you guys would use in crock pots and stuff like that. Well, there's a trucker version of it, very small. I used to use it for meals and stuff like that. I never cooked in it. So I had some trash bags, and I decided, well, I got a sleeper cab. Just got to pull the curtains. I'm going to do my duty. Never going to use this thing to eat out of again, but it's my new toilet.
And you used it. Did you keep it as a toilet after that?
I washed the ever-living crud out of it, and I buried it under things. But, yeah, I'd used it numerous times after that.
Hey, Daniel, seriously, there's a bag-in feature on a crock pot that really is beneficial as far as cleaning up when you're done anyway, if you're actually cooking something in it. So it's basically a perfect liner that you could just tie up and throw that thing away, man.
The crock pot liner, you definitely poop in.
You can buy those.
But you'd still want to wash that crock pot? Right?
You would, but at the same point.
I'm just saying, would you guys be cool if I said, hey, man, there's chili in the crock pot? Just, I did poop in it, but it was in the liner.
No.
I pooped in the liner, just pulled it.
I mean, look, I think it's we were talking months ago about the puke bowl.
Puke bowl?
When you were growing up, kids get sick. There's I don't know, most Mike would agree with me. There's you have one bowl that you would sit by your bed, the puke in.
Okay, I got you.
But once that becomes the puke bowl, I don't think we ever used it for food again.
No. We had a bucket, if it were like that, so when I was a kid, and the parents, they didn't want you to wake them up 8 times over the middle of the night, so they just put a bucket next to the bed. But I know damn well that bucket got used to wash the car. Mm-hmm. Back then, people still mopped.
That's fine, yeah.
And I'm just
trust me.
Well, also putting the bowl next to the bed was just sometimes I was guilty of it as a kid. You just wake up and start puking.
Yeah.
They don't make it to the bathroom.
That's why my kids no longer have a wicker basket in their bathroom.
Who puked in?
Kate.
Really?
Well, she was sick, and I ran into the bathroom, and that was the one thing I could grab, and I just kind of was. She threw up in it as soon as I got over there, and I mean, it was like a sieve.
Right.
I mean, basically like a strainer.
So all the chunks stayed on top,
stuff stayed inside. All the water ran all over the carpet. Oh, man.
I mean, I've had to do it in my own bathroom once because I was having the ultimate dilemma.
Really? To grab the trash can?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, don't use Waker. That's all I'm saying.
When could you have really used the porta potty? 206-803-ROCK.
This is probably not going to go over well with everybody because it's plastic, but also man, just go to Target. That's you can get a trash can for your bathroom for $5.
Yeah, you really can. And just keep it close, handy.
Hey, it's all plastic now.
Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola. right. We'll go back a couple years to where it was like 2021, 22, something like that. Me and my best friend, we're a couple miles down in the deep woods fishing the river, and we had stopped off at the gas station to get some quick food. And them gas station burritos, they just run right through me. So not even 20 minutes in, we walked the 2 miles, 3 miles to get down there, and my stomach just hit me. And it just wasn't one time. It was multiple times. And I wish there was a quarter time, because I don't know how many times I had to go relieve myself over in a pile of rocks. And then I felt bad because not even 5 minutes later, family came down right by the rocks. I did my duty.
Oh, man. So the water was too cold to get in?
Well, I did, wash myself, but I wasn't wanting to fully submerge.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I understand that.
I've done that before. I've sat up and used the bathroom in a river.
Did you do...
Or stream.
Did you do your multiple dukes in the same spot on the rocks?
Yeah.
So it was just a volume of crap that this family gets to look at.
Yeah.
Okay. You know they didn't think that all came from one person. Like, there's no way one person did all this.
Did you guys see the load that was on the sidewalk across the street this week?
This week? No.
Right beside it was partially on the sidewalk and partially on the road. By the way, the hotel, this place is probably, I'm guessing, around $400 a night.
Easily.
Oh, across the street?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's high dollar, but either way, I mean, you should have seen the load that someone laid
Was it
down.
right there?
It looked like they sat on the curb. Like, it kind of curves in a little bit for parking. It looked like they sat right on the curve with their ass hanging over and just dropped it right on.
Half street, half sidewalk.
Correct, yes.
I don't understand how they're always so solid for them.
Yeah, because it's like, look, this could not have been an emergency. There's sometimes you look and you go, okay, that's an emergency.
It looked like a Great Dane win.
Right.
I mean,
but I'm also just saying, I don't know. All I ever see, like the couple that lives underneath the bridge, I never see him eating anything but like chips, doing drugs. I'm just like, how are you having solid BMs?
I should just ask him one day. Let me ask you something, man.
I can tell you this, man. If you ever thought to yourself, well, maybe they're going to go buy drugs with the money you're giving them, when they really do ask, maybe they are buying food, because I'm telling you what, that was absolutely one of the most impressive.
Or maybe it's just they just don't go that often.
That could be it, man.
I don't know. Well, there's nowhere to go downtown. I mean, there really is not a place for anybody to go if you're in that type of situation.
Even in this building, there's
no public bathroom in this building.
There kind of is, but you have to go to security and ask them where it is. And then I believe you have to get a code. And then if you really have to go, the bad news is it's about as far away from the security desk as you can be in this building. Because it's down by the Starbucks. The bathroom security is on the opposite side of the building. So and I've heard countless people. Keep in mind, security makes a judgment call, right? So if you dress to the nines, you look like, typical downtown worker. I hear, the bathroom's down here. Here's the code that you need. So another guy sauntering, hey, man, you got a bathroom? Just like, no. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, bro, you clean up your act. You can find a bathroom.
When could you have really used a porta potty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Will. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So back in 2001, I think I was still in college. My father-in-law and I used to go over to Eastern Washington to go bird hunting for geese and pheasants and stuff and ducks. And we had a camper, and we were coming back home from hunting trip. Stuck on I-90 at Easton. I think there was accidents due to idiots not chaining up.
Mm-hmm.
There was a big snowstorm. So I had to use the bathroom. So I get out of the truck, going back to the camper, put the steps down, go in and use the bathroom, wash my hands. And I grab a couple bottles of Coke and a bag of jerky and a bag of chips. And I go back in the truck cab. My father was like, man, you should have seen the look on people's faces around you. He goes, if you would have brought back a hot plate of food, we probably would have had vultures on us.
What, were they able to see you?
Oh yeah, everybody can see me because we're stuck on I-90. We're in the fast lane, but we're at a dead stop. We're not moving. So everybody's vehicle's in park because we're waiting for the Washington State Patrol and wreckers to clear out the all the idiots for not chaining up.
Wow.
All the spin outs.
Okay.
But yeah, that was awesome.
At least you were able to use the bathroom.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I'm a firm believer. Have an RV. Have a motorhome, have a camper, have a trailer. I don't care what it is, but man, when you're on a road trip and you got that porta potty with you, it's nice to have.
They make them for like the decks of boats, like they're just real small ones. I mean, I guess if you got room to put it in your trunk or something like that, that would be a handy thing to have. But
Well, the rule I always heard, it's like, look, man, just because there's a toilet in this vehicle, other than a plane, please don't poop in it. And
that's the bus rule.
Even on a Greyhound, which, long ass trip, 21 hours going from Baltimore to New Orleans, man. And, I went into the bathroom. A couple other people went to the bathroom. One guy goes into the bathroom. I don't give it any thought. And he walks out of the bathroom, still not giving it thought. I'm sitting about in the middle of the bus. Well, the guy sitting in the back of the bus, when the door opened, we thought there was going to be a fist fight. Because they don't know this guy, but it's like, you mother effer, did you take an S in the... Seriously. And the guy's like, yeah. And they're like, no, bro, you can't go back there, man. All these people on the bus. And as they're debating, and I mean, it's getting heated, right? And the stink started hitting everyone. It's kind of like rolling forward. Yeah. I was actually mad at this guy for taking a dive. First, I'm like, man, leave the guy alone. If you got to go. And then when the stink hit me, I'm like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
When could you have really used the porta potty? 206-803-ROCK.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Getting help for mental health shouldn't be as hard as it is. Thankfully, Mindful Therapy Group is here to make your mental health journey as painless as possible. Be seen in as little as 48 hours for in-person or telehealth appointments. Mindful partners with thousands of licensed clinicians to find the perfect fit for you. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Mindful Therapy Group also accepts insurance, so you can focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to get started today.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday fashion gifts, like cozy fits and stylish shirts. You'll have money left over for those aviators that make you feel like a maverick. Or that ugly holiday sweater that's like really ugly.
OMG, that's like really ugly.
Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Amazon Fall Favorites are here to make you say, woo! With low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. Woo! So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, You call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hey, what's the easiest way to find out what channel the game's on? Sports on What? Subscribe to the Sports on What app and quickly find the channel for every provider. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Download today.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Fall into 5K a day. It's this easy. Download the Odyssey app if you haven't done that already. Log in, listen for 1 hour, anytime this afternoon, every single day, over the weekend. 5K a day. I'm sorry. Is it 5K a day? We give away 5K a day?
5K a day.
5K a day.
5K a day.
Oh, man.
Never run out of money.
That's more than the porta potty thing up at our event tomorrow.
I know.
It's like $1,000. Yeah, just listen for 1 hour on the Odyssey app, and you will be qualified to win that money. All right, question. When can you have really used a porta potty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Joel. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, hola.
Hola.
All right, so about late 90s, I'm in college, and every year on Memorial Day weekend, we go camping, and we found that we're too loud to go to ordinary campsites and get kicked out. So we decide to kind of go on a reconnaissance mission, and my friend and I each took our trucks and went out to a place called Lower Goose Lake, which is a hunting area outside of Othello. And we found a great spot on the edge of Lower Goose Lake. So now one of us stays and keeps the camping spot. The other one goes back, tells all the other friends where it's going to be. We got about 12 to 15 people, and we're drinking beer all day long, staying up late. I don't know what we're eating, but it was what you could cook on a campfire.
Mm-hmm.
And after 3 or 4 days of not going number 2, because there's no porta potties again, I finally am dying. It had been like 3 or 4 days, and there's no holding it back. So I walk a couple hundred yards and squat down in some sagebrush, proceed to take care of my business, and then lo and behold, the size of this load was probably between a golf ball and a racquetball size in diameter and at least 18 inches long.
Good God, man.
Man, that is laying one down. Did you take a picture?
I am not exaggerating on that. It was enormous. I don't think my backside was ever the same after that.
Yeah, well, it just proves on what could happen. You know, I mean,
yeah,
in theory. That thing can stretch.
What did you wipe with?
Yep. That's a great question. I don't remember. But actually, I do remember because I didn't want to leave the toilet paper by the load in case anybody else walked around it and saw it. I wanted them to think that it was like some sort of wild animal. So I put the toilet paper in a different location. And I was praying nobody would step in.
You actually put the toilet paper in a different location because you didn't want a passerby to even possibly think that you may have done this.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you should have
left it on top as a warning.
You didn't tell anybody you were going, did you?
No.
Yeah. That's one thing about camping.
I just slipped away.
Yeah, that's it's like it really is. It's a weird Irish accent. Like what happened to Steve? That means that because any other time you're like, hey man, look, I gotta go find a place to go use the bathroom. Yeah, like you would tell everybody, but not when you're camping.
Yeah, no.
Whenever you're like,
no.
I'm gonna go see what's up there on top of the ridge or something like that. Like, no, we know what you're doing.
We don't
because when you're home, you're like, I gotta drop one, man. I'll be right back. But when you're camping, you keep it incognito. You keep it on the down low. Like no one is allowed to know.
Well, and when you're at home, like when you say it, like I know when you come out of my bathroom, like I don't care because sometimes friends pick you up and they're like, go ahead, but I know you're gonna wipe, you're gonna flush, you're gonna wash.
How long it's gonna take?
But you're right out in the woods. You don't want to be like
making the announcement.
Yeah.
Hey man, I just got to do it off the beaten path. It's the only time I tell someone that if they decide they're quote unquote going to go exploring, it's like, I'm going to tell you something in confidence. When you get to that tree, do not go left, go right, because there's going to be a pile of crap that I did last night when I thought you were asleep.
Well, when I worked at a camp, we had a poop shovel. Now, that never
to bury it? Or
both. To dig the hole and to bury it. So
I thought you said you poop on the shovel and fling it somewhere.
There was never poop that got on the shovel. You hit the hole, then you covered the hole back up.
All right,
but it was always sitting outside of the cabin that we were.
So if you didn't see the shovel, you knew someone was off taking a crap.
Well, also there was one area that was more of a flat area, and there was another area that had a decent size log that was. It was perfect. It was like 5 or 6 inches, the tree that had fallen.
All right.
And the way it fell, it was perfect to sit on, but still gave you enough room to put your backside
So that was your
over
poop
the tree.
stump.
Right. But when you went up there already like 4 or 5 holes behind that log that had been dug out that other people had used. So you kind of had to pick a spot, that you could dig in without having to get into someone else's toilet paper and all that stuff.
I think you should make a rule. Like, look, hey, man, whoever goes first, start on the very left edge of the log, and then as we go, we can work our way across.
Right. And then as you go up there, as days go by, weeks go by.
More and more holes.
Well, no, the holes will get dug up by animals. So you would see like scatterings of toilet paper shreds and holes dug in the ground. And yeah, they go in there and eat that stuff, man.
It amazes me that any animal could starve to death. Like, if you're willing to dig up and eat poop, you should be good with anything.
When could you have really used a porta potty? 206-803-ROCK.
I mean, you're right, but you think about some of the weird stuff we eat out of animals, too.
Like honey. Bees are probably like, we threw that up, right?
Right, it's vomit, dude.
And we're like, it is delicious vomit.
It's natural sweetener.
It really is. Honey is good. I feel bad for bees. Now, you don't realize how good your vomit is.
Yeah, I mean, also, let's be honest. You got yellow mustard, honey, and some type of rub. You basically have a barbecue recipe.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, bees, for puking. We should get them drunk. See if that ups the honey production.
Just the rejected males.
All right, that's when they're drinking. Hello, Hayden. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, guys.
Hola.
Hey, so I'll make this short and sweet. I work full-time. I usually start my day off at about 4:30 in the morning leaving, and then one particular Friday on my side job, which is running a pumpkin patch, I didn't get home until midnight, and I had to go. The reason why it was such a late day is I was driving all the way down to buy a porta potty for an event that we were hosting. On the way home, had to go, so I pulled over, flipped the thing up on the back of the trailer. I'm in there doing my business, and all of a sudden I see through the plastic red and blue lights shining at me. So I open up the door, and there's the cop. He about dropped backwards 2 steps, going, "What in the world's going on?" And I'm like, "Hey, I had to go." And he goes, "Oh, okay." He goes, "I need to run your license and registration." So he did all that, and then he's asking me if I stole the porta potty, and I had to prove that I had bought the thing. So yeah, there's quite a black market for those suckers.
Wow, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
A black market for honey buckets, porta potties, etc.
Well, look, man.
Apparently.
Why wouldn't you just buy? I just feel like I understand like an illegal drug trade or prostitution because these things are illegal. Like, just buy yourself a porta potty.
Okay, so if you join us,
you could also rent them.
Right.
Oh yeah, of course. That's what Honey Bucket does. If you join us tomorrow, all right. When you scan the QR code and you take your picture outside of that for your chance to win $1,000, it's not just $1,000. You have your choice. You can either get a free porta potty or $1,000 cash.
That is correct.
I would have to assume the porta potty is higher valued than $1,000. To be honest with you,
I would think so. I think if you bought,
you're getting more.
Actually, let me Google this. Mike, can you Google how much you're looking for it to? I'm going to buy a brand new.
But what do you do with it?
Because I don't want a gently used one. Well, like I said, it depends where you live, right? I have 5 acres. So think about VD. He has property in, Wyoming? Mm-hmm. Like, he's a guy, he wants all this acreage, but does not want a particularly big house. But if he's going to do, like, the bonfire thing or something, and you're 300 yards away from the house, I'd be like, look, you can either run and chance it, you can gamble on a fart, or I have a brand new honey bucket sitting just
and you
10 feet
probably
away.
need to pay for service depending on how much you use it. At least
that's my question.
Once a week.
It's hard to find one just for sale. It's all like rental stuff.
Do they have used ones? Would you buy a used honey bucket?
Well, they're always cleaned out.
used.
I mean, if it's used once, it's been used.
Yeah,
so,
that's
there's
a good
no.
point.
I mean,
but you're right. So now, say I take the honey bucket, right, and I got it on the property. Am I responsible for flushing this thing out, or can I work through honey bucket? Like, hey, do you have like a maintenance plan on this? Because I don't want to do that.
If you rent it.
No, if I win it from Honey Bucket, right? I now own this honey bucket.
I'm sure there's got to be some type of...
because that would be my biggest hang-up. Like, yeah, I have one, but don't use it because I'm responsible for cleaning it.
Well, dude, and that wedding I went to down in Austin, right?
Yeah.
We were an hour south of Austin, right?
How hot was it?
It was so hot.
Yeah.
So they rented, like, these giant, like, porta potties that were, like... You've never seen a porta potty this nice, but they also had air conditioning in them.
What?
And water and stuff. So, I mean, honestly, there was times I was just phantom pooping.
Just going to cool off.
What's the festival you used to go to back in the day, the local one?
Summer Meltdown.
Okay, so you go to Summer Meltdown. I'm sure they have porta potties.
Correct.
Yeah, they do.
Ton of them.
But if you drove in, all right, and you had a porta potty in the back, no one's going to question the fact that you're bringing a porta potty into a festival, right?
But would you let other people use it?
For money. And then you get to the camp.
Oh, if you had it at your campsite?
You have it at your campsite,
right?
By your RV, there's the porta potty. Want to use the bathroom? It's $1. Or it's a joint.
What do I have to trade to use your porta potty?
It's trade.
We're
Most
at the
of the time at a
festival.
festival, it's trade.
Well, I mean, look, I used to rent, the last few years, I would rent a small RV, but I would still use the porta potties.
Right.
And then maybe by Saturday afternoon, I might let somebody use it.
What do you think you would get, say, at Burning Man?
So it's crazy. There is a lot of local businesses around there because people do have their own porta potties. A lot of the camps have their own porta potties.
Okay, all right.
And then there's RVs. Now, they have a bunch of porta potties as well. But those dudes, they just drive up and down the streets, and they make a ton of money. You pay them cash, and they'll empty your trailer, your RV, or if you guys brought down your own porta potties, they'll do that for you. But that's what they do all day long. It's just cruise up and down the streets because it's like, you got to use them. You can't drive out and drive back in.
Right.
Sure. I mean, like, even if it was F1, in Vegas.
Yeah.
And you just parked it. You just put it on the side of the street somewhere down there where everybody's walking around. $1 to use the bathroom. Man, you make a fortune.
Yes, you would.
What now? When could you have really used a porta potty? 206-803-ROB.
Miles has a side hustle.
I do really.
You just want to get yourself a honey bucket and drive around with it.
Yeah, it's $1. How bad is it going to be?
How are you going to transport it?
I'll
find a pickup truck. Would you pace like marathon runners, right? So you just kind of drive it alongside and just like, hey, if you, because I know some of you got to go.
Have you
let me? You flag me down. You give me $1.
Have you guys seen the trucks that are actual bathrums? So it's
I went to I had never seen it before, but like the trailer,
and they're nice.
They're super nice.
That's kind of what we had at that wedding.
Okay,
out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay. See,
and there was like I think there was 6. So they each had 3 doors, and then basically it was like 4 of them were for women, 2 of them were for guys.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time I even saw one of those, like I knew they were there, but I hadn't gone in. And my wife used one, and she's like, go to the bathroom. I'm like, I do not want to go. I don't have to go, and I certainly don't want to go in there. And she's like, yes, you do. So I'm like, okay, Jesus Christ. And I opened the door. I'm like, this is unbelievable. It's nicer than the bathroom we had at the time at our first house. So like, I could not believe
I'm telling you, and that wedding was awesome, right? Some of the best tacos and stuff, like they had real chefs and everything else. But the next day, everybody was like, what a great time. Hey, man, the bathrooms were the highlight.
Yeah, right here. Just rent one of those bad boys, man. I mean, that thing is, that's luxury.
That is the luxury of the honey bucket world, man.
Could you have really used a porta potty? 206-803.
I'm telling you, that's why I was faking phantom poos.
Just go hang out.
I just wanted to go in there and sit on the toilet and just because you're so hot. It's like at the point where like it was so hot at some points, like you kind of stop drinking booze.
Yeah,
you're just drinking water, but you're sweating, and you know me. I mean, I'm dancing. They're like, I didn't even have to pee. It's all just leaving my body, but I'm like, I gotta get in there and chill out.
Hello, Kim. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So probably just a few months ago, I got stuck in traffic because of a wreck. And it usually takes me about an hour to get to work. It took me 4 hours to get to work. But while I'm sitting there, I drank a full cup of coffee.
Oops.
And so I'm like sitting there and I'm like going, I got to go pee. And then I'm like, no, I can do this. I can do this. It'll be all right. And so I sit there for a little bit longer. And then I look at my phone and it says, it's going to be 51 minutes. And I'm like, nope, I can't do this.
No.
I can't. So.
Were you on the interstate? Were you on a 2-lane road? Where were you?
I was on I-5.
Okay.
Completely stopped. And then, so I had finished my coffee, so I had my empty coffee cup sitting in my cup holder, and I was like, I can't wait.
No, wait. Is this a ceramic cup from home or like a Starbucks takeout?
No, it was a paper cup.
Okay.
You did that in your car?
Yes, I had my jacket. I took my jacket off, threw it over my lap, raised myself up on my seat, and peed in a coffee cup.
Did you get it all in there?
Yeah.
Well, I did just enough to where I wasn't in pain.
Okay, I got it. Just enough where you can hold it for a while.
How far up did you fill the cup?
Completely full.
Okay. And now what do you do with the cup? Do you dump it out the window, or do you put the cap back on it and put it back in your cup holder?
I put the cap back on it, put it in my cup holder, and then when I got to work, I dumped it, and then took Clorox wipes and wiped out my car.
All right. Okay. Because, look, man, I've done that Adopt a Highway thing with the Boy Scouts of America. And if you're a guy, if you're a trucker, Gatorade bottles were the thing. We'd pick up, I mean, within that 1.5 mile stretch, or whatever that road was, that day that we did the volunteer work, I mean, to tell you, we probably picked up no less than 12 to 15 of those trucker bombs.
And they're just full, right?
They are absolutely, completely full of urine. Every single one of them. I mean, it was like, because they give you like tongs and stuff.
Yeah.
You can't pick those up.
I was like, can you pick that up with those?
No, you can't. I mean, they're full, they're heavy. It's like a full Gatorade bottle, but you pick it up, you're like, you just kind of feel dirty just even touch it. Like, God. When could you have really used a porta potty? 206-803-ROD.
I'm impressed by her, though, man. The fact that she peed in a cup and did not make it, didn't flood the car, so to speak. Guys definitely have it easy.
Yeah.
And look, I don't know how the vagina works, man. I don't know if you can aim it at all or if it's just going to do what it does. You know what I mean? Because they sit on a toilet, it's kind of hard to miss. But just to put a cup down
I know
there,
what I'm saying.
I mean, even if someone said, hey, man, poop in a cup. Like, I've never had to, aim my turd. You know what I mean? So I would hope that it's going in the cup, but I might look down and be like, half of it's on the floor. Sorry, man.
Me and my buddy Pat were in the backseat of my buddy Brian's car on the way down to New Orleans for a weekend of debauchery, and we had a Jack Daniels bottle. Of course, Pat and I finished in the back. Brian doesn't want to stop because he's one of those keep on driving dads. Yep. And even though he's 20 years old, he's got this mentality. So Pat and I were peeing in the Jack Daniels bottle. Now, you want to talk about...
That's a tiny little...
That was no window of error.
Yes, yeah.
No window of error. Cloth seats back there, the whole 9 yards, man. We both were, we were just aiming, holding. I'd put a big lighter on it so you could see. He'd hook me up, man. We just sat there and used the bathroom. You scrunch forward in the seat.
Right, as much as you can.
Drop it over, man, and just pray to God that it doesn't go everywhere.
I think the toughest one I did was we were on a bachelor party.
Yeah.
And again, I think I must have been just 21. So it's one of my second cousins, but I know all the guys.
Yeah.
Anyhow, me and my buddy Bernie we're partying, but we're just getting driven around in a school bus. And we're on 95 in the school bus, man. We got to go from Baltimore down to D.C., which isn't that far, but if you got to go, you got to go.
Right.
They're not going to stop. And they're I'm the youngest one there. They're just pee out the window, man. And the way to stand up on a seat and then crouch down. Mm-hmm. And aim
so it's
out.
just like a school bus?
Yeah, just a school bus.
So you got to lower the window from the top, if I remember right.
But you can't really stand all the way up because then your head's on the ceiling. It was very hard to do.
What, to the best of your ability now, what position did you have to take? Because you're right, I'm thinking I'm standing on the seat,
but
the school bus is too short.
And the window, so it's kind of right?
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have it hanging out the window?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know me, I'm a shy
peer. I don't think I've ever
that's how bad I had to go.
I don't think I've ever had my D in the wind like that.
Have I ever peed out of a moving car window?
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
65-mile-an-hour wind?
Yeah. No.
No, I don't think I ever peed out of a car window. Moving car.
Well, the most famous athlete one was, remember what happened to Landon Donovan?
No.
So in soccer, it's not that unheard of to just kind of take a knee and slide your guy out one of your short sides.
Oh, all right.
So it kind of covers it because you're on one knee and one knee's
but
up.
But you're just peeing. Okay.
Correct. So it's a very common practice. Unfortunately, somebody caught him and took a photo of it when they were practicing down at Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. And there's no love lost between American soccer and the Mexicans.
Right.
They took that as a big affront.
He's doing it to be...
Right, he was like, no, I just had to go. This is just what we do. I played soccer my whole life. I didn't think it was a big deal, but it was almost like...
Hey, gringo, you come down there, you pee on our field, huh?
Yeah, it was like an international incident. Huh.
I just had to pee.
When could you have really used a porta potty? 206.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Feeling overwhelmed? Struggling with mental health shouldn't be the norm. At Mindful Therapy Group, we specialize in connecting you with compassionate therapists that can support you through stress, anxiety, ADHD, and so much more. With in-person and telehealth appointments available, we can get you seen in as little as 48 hours. To make things easier, Mindful Therapy Group accepts most health insurances, including Medicare, allowing you to focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to start your mental health journey today.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
803 Rock.
99.9 KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Once again, we are doing it live. KISW proudly presents Live Day Friday night, December 13. Every single thing live. You'll be part of our live studio audience playing a little Big Dummy on stage. Not only that, but we have the Barbershop Quartet back for a little Bad Choice Friday action. Of course, we're at the Showbox Soto, so we'll be drinking and doing that shot of the day. So come join us Friday night, December 13th. Tickets are on sale now at KISW.com. Okay, our question, when could you have really used a porta potty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Rebus. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, boys.
Hola.
So, I have been a driver for 36 years, and I started out when I was 20 years old. And so in that first year, we had this customer that I would deliver rental computers and stuff. And it was this law firm that was right across the street from the Greyhound bus station. And I was walking out one time. I was done with my work, and I'm going to climb into my minivan, and I realized, like, ah, crap, there's a stream coming down. You know, I must have a hole in my radiator. And so I pop the hood, and I walk around to check out what's going on. And the story is not actually about me. It's about the poor guy that was hanging onto my bumper with squatting down while human dung is actively coming out of his butt, and this look of absolute terror on his face. And he whispered, "I am so sorry." And I'm, you know, my mouth is just wide open. He goes, "Please don't back up," because I was right up against a wall, and so apparently it was the only place that he saw that he could do it. And I was like, yep, you know what? I get it, dude. And I climbed back in my van, and I just sat there for probably another 2 to 3 minutes while this guy finished up. And then suddenly he popped up, and he went walking by, and he had the roll of toilet paper under his arm and his backpack slung over his shoulder. And he just kind of like, he did not look at me, but he was like, "Thank you so much." And I'm like, you got it, man. I get it.
Was this the Greyhound bus station, the old one downtown?
Oh, yes.
You know why? Because he didn't want to go in there and use the bathroom.
You're not kidding.
Yeah, I remember that with the terracotta tiles and the fake plastic plants.
It is so gross. It is so gross. I mean, think about this.
I used to go there.
There's a bathroom
and
right
get
there.
a sandwich, though. Jesus.
Well, that restaurant was great, and then it moved.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
And then there's no reason. The worst one, man, that I've ever smelled, and they've cleaned it up since then, is at 34th Street Station, I believe, in Philadelphia. It's their main train station. It was years ago, but I've got to go, and I cannot find a bathroom in this place. Finally find a security guard. I'm like, dude, where is the bathroom? Yeah, they have redone the station, because at the time, it was still just all old, so the bathrooms weren't close. So he points me down this super long-ass hall. It had to be like 60 feet long. It's like the very end of the hall, then you make a right, and it's at the end of that hall. So I'm just like, cool. So I'm just straight up sprinting to get there. You could start smelling that bathroom about halfway down the 60-foot hall. You haven't even turned the corner yet to the actual hall that the bathroom's in. When you turn that corner, it's thick, like you're in the bathroom, but I'm not in the bathroom. The door is closed, and I'm just like, oh, my God. But I had to go, man. I just remember opening that door, and I cannot explain. It felt wet. It smelled worse than any public bathroom I've ever been in my life. And I had to go in there to take a dump, man. And there's just like hair and poop stains and all this stuff on top of the toilet seat. So I had to do the hover poop, which as a dude, I don't generally do the hover poop. They didn't have any of the, what do you call it, the gasket thing.
Gaskets.
There's none of that, man. I was looking down like, dude, there is hair on the toilet seat. And I mean, I unloaded my business. And it didn't matter how bad my poop was. It couldn't cut through the funk that was already there. It was so gross.
Old train stations, older buildings used to always have the bathrooms at the very bottom of the facility just based on plumbing.
Yeah.
So if you are ever in an old theater, like the Paramount Theater, for example, there's a reason you have to walk all the way down the steps to go to the bathroom is because
every bar in London.
That's how all those old buildings used to work.
You know what? I didn't know that.
And so, like,
just for plumbing.
That makes sense. Like Penn Station, or I went to London. I'm like, why do I have to go down 2 flights of stairs?
And it's white and black tile that you can slip on.
You're right. You're right.
You smell it 2 steps down, and I mean, you're just going in this cavern of urine. It's like ammonia.
From years.
It just takes over.
Years. And
it's just like, oh, God.
First time I went to London.
It feels damp.
Like every bar there, like, from 1600 or something. It's the same thing. All the bathrooms are down in the basement, but it's always a super narrow passage. It's these stone steps. Or it's just old buildings. And it's not that the bathrooms are dirty or anything, but people in England,
they just can't be aerated. They can't be aerated.
They can't be. There's no windows. That's one. 2, people in England are generally shorter than people in the States anyway. But when you consider how old these buildings are, and it's all stone, so they haven't done anything to like update it. Like the plumbing's been updated. But when I went to the bathroom, like I'm trying to pee, but I'm like crouched down to pee because the ceiling was maybe 5 feet high. I mean, it's absolutely
That's the same
ridiculous.
thing. It's the same thing with Chinatown in San Francisco.
What, the bathrooms there?
Oh, the ceilings are like 6 feet high.
Just going there like
you're all crouched down like this.
Just to pee.
I still like the story about, and you told me about it. I don't know if it was Scotland or Ireland, but when they banned smoking in the pubs, it had been hundreds of years. And they're just like, what is that smell? It's like, it always smelled like this. You just don't. There's no cigarettes to cover it up.
Yeah, they realized it was because there was all these wood floors. But it had soaked in. Keep in mind, this is England, man. So some of these places have been open. I want to say one of the bars has been open since like 13 something, right?
Yeah.
They stopped smoking in there, and they realized, hey, man, after like 700 years of vomit and pee and sweat and body odor without the smoke, like, this is disgusting. So these people started investing in air filtration systems.
Right.
Not for the smoke, but to get rid of the stink that existed without the smoke covering it up.
God, you're right about that. It just dawned on me. Like, when I was in London, I kept getting annoyed. Why do I got to go downstairs to pee?
Everywhere.
And you think it'd be one floor, but half the time it's like 2
No.
floors. It's 2. It's like
whatever the bottom
is. Like it looks like the stairway to hell. When you look down, you're like, oh God, like a dim little light at the bottom. When could you have really used a porta potty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jacob. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, Bichola.
Hola.
So I was working with a coworker the other day, and he dropped one of those real men of genius moments. Says every time he goes to a festival or goes camping, he brings dry ice.
Okay.
And he drops the dry ice into the porta potty, and it starts bubbling like a cauldron. And so nobody else wants to use this porta potty, and he's got his own personal one for the entire weekend.
Are you kidding, man? He does this anytime he goes somewhere where there's going to be porta potties.
How long does one chunk of dry ice bubble for, I wonder?
I didn't ask him that, and I wish I knew, but he said he brings it up for the weekend.
Okay.
So he'll just refill as needed then.
I think I'd freak out if I walked into a porta potty. The water was boiling and be like, what did that guy lay down?
Yeah, no kidding.
That's some chili.
More than that.
That is actually a brilliant thing, man.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't blow up.
Right. I'm sure he's gotten better at it over the years.
Don't know where you go to buy dry ice these days, but I'm sure it's available somewhere. When could you have really used a porta potty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Toby. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, Bicholas.
Hola. So, Toby, when could you have really used a porta potty?
So this story goes back to 2016. I don't know if any of you guys ever been over to the Okanagan Barter Fair.
I have not.
I have not been to that one.
It's a pretty interesting, hippie festival. There's a lot of things to partake in there,
Sure.
Things. Anyways, this festival is situated on like a hillside, and the camping is at the bottom of this hillside, and the porta potties are at the top. Well, they didn't order enough porta potties that year, and they had got these porta potties that had like these open vented bottoms. It was kind of silly and ridiculous. But anyways, they didn't have enough porta potties, and there were so many people there that they had filled up the porta potties by the second day. And at the end of the second day, they were overfilling, running down the hills into the campsite.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and this is supposed to be like a 4-day-long festival. So at the beginning of the third day, half of everyone cleared out because all of their campsites are literally, filled with poo, and you can't get into there. And no one can use the bathrooms anymore because they're so full, unless you literally just want to go sit on top of the pile of the
right.
poo inside of there.
And tripping, that's probably not a good idea.
No, it's not. It's pretty. It's one thing when you're like, oh, normal mind, and you see that, and you're like, oh, it's an overflowing porta potty. But when you're tripping and you see that, you're like, am I tripping, or is that really happening right now?
Is that really poo running downhill?
It's also hard to fathom, right? Like, you just assume there's enough porta potties.
Yeah, you do a general, you make an estimate of head counts and you get however many porta potties.
Right, especially when you go to something like that, and then it's like somebody's like, dude, they're overflowing. I'm like, no, there's no way. And then you're like, oh my God, it is.
You know what? We're talking to the guy from Honey Bucket at around 4:30 or so.
Talking to
I want to
Brian.
ask him. Yeah. So Brian, I mean, like, to Ted's point, right? We have a festival. We estimate, say, 2,000 people are going to show up. What is the porta potty to human being ratio? Is it like one porta potty for every 10 people?
Right.
Is it for every 20 people? Because it's not really their fault. It's got to be the festival organizers. They say, this is what we estimate. And they say, all right, man, this is how we break down the ratio. I'm going to guess one porta potty for every 15 people.
I'll say 25.
You got
25 to 50.
125.
Plus, you got to put in a lot of volume for pee, right?
Sure.
Because it has happened to me before. People cut through campsites, and sometimes later in the night, people are messed up or whatever. But, like, you can't just stop and pee in a little patch of grass because somebody...
Right, there's someone right there.
Or they're going to sit there later. So, like, I feel like most of that volume is just going to be from urine.
What do you? What's your guess, Ted? We got Miles at one porta potty for every 25 people. I'm saying one for every 15 people.
I'll split the difference. One every 20.
One every 20.
I bet it's like 100.
And Mike, what do you think on this? Right. So we talked to our boy Brian from Honey Bucket later.
Based on days too, right?
But based on days. Let's say it's a 1-day festival. All right,
that's the number.
So we're guessing what the honey bucket to human being ratio is. Miles says one honey bucket for every 25. Ted says one honey bucket for every 20. I'm going one for every 15 people.
I'll go 30.
One for every 30. All right.
Yep. Our question: when could you have really used a porta potty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Andy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
Hola. All right, so it's 1997. I'm in the 6th grade. Our school had set up a trip to Mount St. Helens, like an overnighter. So we get up there, we have some food. The night goes through. We all, go to sleep, wake up, taking a class photo, and I just get the worst gut ache. So I haul it over to the porta potties and just blast out the inside of this thing. It carries on throughout the day. On the way home, it just got worse. I started projectile vomiting all over my buddy that was sitting next to me. And it just, I ended up just loading my pants the entire 4.5-hour trip home.
You just pooped in your pants.
Oh, yeah, it was one of those things where it was like, oh man, I got to use. Oh, never mind, I used the restroom.
So do you? It was obviously it's horrible, but at some point, do you just, like once you have pooped in your own pants, if you're going to continue to poop in your pants, you just start getting used to it. Like, all right, there's more coming.
Yeah, pretty much at a certain point, it was just the embarrassment set in. Like you could tell everybody was like, "Oh man," and it just kept coming, and it was bad. It was like a cross between like tapioca and rhino liner.
You sound like you were pretty sick though, legitimately. If you're throwing up and
no, it turned into like food poisoning. I ended up having like 105 fever.
Jesus.
For about a week after that, was in the hospital in and out for about 3 or 4 days.
Wow.
It was pretty gnarly.
What about the guy's car, man? I mean, like, obviously everyone's sympathetic.
It was a school bus.
Oh, so you did this in front of every single person that you went to class with?
Yeah. Say what?
I said you did this in front of your entire class.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knew who it was at first, but then they were like, "Oh man!"
Well, you're throwing up everywhere. I think they got a pretty good idea, probably, and they might not have brought it up to you. But
Did people start opening the windows on the bus?
Oh yeah, it got bad. The bus pulled over, and they just started airing it out. And eventually, the teacher was like, "Hey, just come sit by the front of the bus and get some air." And I'm like, "Oh, great!" So I basically walked the shame bit from the back of the bus to the front.
Oh.
It was brutal. It really was.
When you got back to school and see your classmates, did you have a new nickname or anything?
No, I pleaded with my parents to let me out after that one. I don't think I went back to school.
And that's when he got out of that school.
Good times.
It was bad. It was bad. And I was like, do I say anything on the radio? And I was like, so this is kind of an apology.
Well, it's long enough. I mean, look.
4.5 hours.
I think when you realize that you're in the hospital for days on end, I think that everyone knows, like, look, there was legitimately something wrong.
I mean, yeah, but
at the time, no. But afterward, you go, okay, look, this is, this.
But still, man, like, to me, it's like a crying baby on a plane. I understand this baby is under duress, obviously. There's something bad going on, and the kid can't quite communicate specifically what it is. And while I am sympathetic to this child's plight and the parents that are stuck dealing with it, I don't mean mug them, but in my head, I'm like, shut your goddamn baby up. So even though I know this guy, he's feeling bad and he's puking, but like, look, man, can you stop pooping? I'm sorry. I get it. I know it's your plight, but goddamn, the bus smells awful. This is rank, man. Gross. I'm not without sympathy, but still.
Right. When could you have really used a porta potty? 206-803-ROB.
That is absolutely disgusting.
What, just continually pooping yourself on a
I'm
bus,
just thinking
man.
about that.
That's the worst part.
Even just, I mean, I guess you'd have to be on a bus or a car, like, but just like,
But when you're feeling that bad physically, that even adds more to it.
It really does.
You're legitimately you're throwing up.
I'm embarrassed, but I feel so bad I can't care.
Just please, like, I need my mommy.
I mean, there's times I've had the flu where I'm just like, I don't want to go sit on the toilet again.
But
you're right, Miles. I can't imagine being stuck on the bus.
Sorry, everybody. Hello, Bernie. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, you white rhinos.
Hola.
That's so freaking funny. That's the new band name, right?
The White Rhinos, yeah.
Actually, our band name is ROI.
That's right.
So Ted's story about the school bus triggered a similar experience, but this back in the early 90s or something, so a long time ago. And believe it or not, they are still married. So we did the school bus, rent a school bus. This was before the party bus. But they thought ahead and got a liquor license. So we had a keg aboard and, a driver. So everybody got to go to different strip clubs in Tacoma. And we were waiting for one person, like a half an hour. So a lot of us got plenty of time to have a beer or two or three before we even left the parking lot. And we get across the Narrows Bridge, and guys are like, I got to pee, I got to pee, I got to pee. And it's a younger woman driver, and I'm sitting up front going, oh, no, here we go. And they come up to the door, and they're peeing out the door on the highway.
As the bus is driving.
Is moving, yes.
Wow. I've seen that one before, too.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen somebody pee, and it was just
fun.
All right, like
that's life or death, though.
That's what we were like, right? Because it was like somebody else like had this it was like a short bus.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna do it. It's like, dude, just know if you fall out, like you're going to die,
and that's how you're going to die.
Yeah.
That's how bad.
I mean, you know me.
I
I
was
was
a school bus at 65 miles an hour.
Right.
Yeah, I was 100% against it, but the dude pulled it off.
Not only that, but if you survive, there's a good chance that whatever equipment you had out is probably
road
gonna
rash.
be road rashed off of your body.
Yeah, why didn't he just pee out the window, man?
Well, I should say my story was nighttime.
Yeah.
Maybe because it was daytime he didn't want to.
So you're going to stand in front of an open door? I mean, I guess there's no wind, but...
The only thing I can compare it to is like those giant planes in the Air Force, right? And that dude's on the back pushing out stuff that's going to parachute down.
Yeah.
But he's got like a rope tied to him. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's got safety.
A safety harness.
This guy's just holding on with one arm. I mean, it was terrifying to watch.
God damn. Yeah.
When could you have really used a porta potty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Dennis. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Oh,
Long time, first time.
All right, welcome to the show, man.
So I was, probably 10, 15 years ago driving, I guess it would be west on Highway 165. It was a professional crowd. We're all doing about 70, bumper to bumper. Ahead of me and over on my right was a porta potty delivery truck. Well, he had 10 porta potties on an 8 porta potty truck, and the last 2 were kind of roped in and maybe roped in okay. But, like I say, doing 70, and things on the back 2 started rocking a little bit, and I thought, oh, this is going to be cool. The guy next to me was one of those Coke trucks with the roll-up doors.
All right.
And it was about a couple of minutes later, it's rocking, they're rocking more, and all of a sudden, a little bump, and boom, the last 2 do a cartwheel to my right. And the guy in the Coke delivery truck is just panicked. It was glorious.
Glorious.
There was brown and blue and yellow, just a big rainbow off to our right. And I looked at that guy in the Coke truck, and he was panicked. And I thought, I could barely see him. I was laughing so hard, there were tears running down my face. It was just glorious.
Did any of it get on your vehicle?
No. I'm the Coke truck, maybe, I don't know. But like I say, it went his way, not my way. And finally he looked over at me and sees me laughing so hard. Finally, he starts laughing, thinking, we all just dodged a big bullet.
So did the guy that's driving with the porta potties hanging on the back, did he keep going? Did he have any idea that they'd fallen off?
I think he slowed down over. I wasn't paying that much attention, to be honest with you, but I think he slowed down and I was trying to listen to some of the traffic stations to see how are they going to announce this one. With the traffic helicopters and all, and I thought, well, I didn't hear that, but it was. God, it was one of the funniest things. I laugh at that every time I see a porta potty truck.
Well, yeah, it's a good thing it didn't hit your car. That's the most important.
Didn't somebody...
Is that his microwave or our microwave?
It is.
All right, sorry, man. It was just driving me nuts. Like, get your food out of there. Open the door.
And reset the time. There was video of a couple days ago, or a couple weeks ago, of a explosion of a septic tank on the side of the road.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know where it was, man, but I mean, this guy had a dash cam on his car, and he's driving down the highway, and explodes in front of him, and he kind of just drives into it, and you just see all...
His windshield turns brown.
I mean, and he turns on the windshield wipers, and it's just... It looks like he was off-roading. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could not believe how much poop landed on that guy's windshield.
I was like, oh, no, that's not good.
Brown Bear, here I come.
Ted versus the FCC, the Steve Miggs edition coming up at 4:35, and we've got your emails on the way from the men's room at KISW.com next.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Feeling overwhelmed? Struggling with mental health shouldn't be the norm. At Mindful Therapy Group, we specialize in connecting you with compassionate therapists that can support you through stress, anxiety, ADHD, and so much more. With in-person and telehealth appointments available, we can get you seen in as little as 48 hours. To make things easier, Mindful Therapy Group accepts most health insurances, including Medicare, allowing you to focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to start your mental health journey today.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday gifts for the kids, like arts, crafts, games, and tech. You'll have money left over for some new board games to boost the kids' confidence. You won again. Or that multi-voice changing megaphone so you can really spread the cheer.
Happy holidays.
Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
Are you a bartender that dreads the phrase, "Hey, can you put the game on?" At Sports on What, we understand your pain and we're here to help. Over-the-air, satellite, cable, or streaming, Sports on What knows what channel the game is on, and you can too. Follow your favorite teams, set alerts, and filter by provider to get the results you need. Stop wasting time searching and never miss kickoff again. Just download the Sports on What app, and you'll always know how to watch the game. Available for Android and iOS. Start your 7-day free trial when you download Sports on What and subscribe today.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Coming up, we will drink and toast and do the shot of the day into the weekend that is Bad Choice Friday.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
And we fall back in time on a Bad Choice Friday with Cher. Clock's turned back 1 hour on Saturday night, so Cher's If I Can Turn Back Time. Take it on, Huey Lewis and the News. Vote now if you follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live. We'll be sharing If I Could Turn Back Time or Huey Lewis and the News. And Back in Time. One of those two tunes coming up right after we drink and toast with the shot of the day. Okay, do we have time for a few emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com?
You bet your ass we do.
Yeah, we do. Jump right to the birthdays, and this is a real birthday. Gentlemen, today my wife and I welcomed our daughter, Rigby Nell, into the world after she made her debut this afternoon. Grateful for a happy and healthy baby, and Mom is excited for the shenanigans to come. How about a daily double cat birth and a pep talk from Coach Ted for the newest Men's Room fan? Rock on, boys. That from King Jeremy the Wicked.
Never gets old.
Miles, they say that's their first kid or second kid?
I believe that is the debut of their parenthood, right?
All right. Rigby, huh? Reminds me of the Beatles. Eleanor Rigby. Maybe that's what you're named after. Either way, Rigby, hit him with the classic infant okie doke. What's that one there? Oh, the first 3 or 4 months, you're just sleeping away. We've got the greatest baby. Boom! 6th, 7th month, that baby's up. She's crying. Do what you gotta do. And then once you start talking, let's ease into it.
Mm-hmm. Let's say good afternoon. Want to wish a very happy birthday to my son, Joel. He is 10 years old. He is ill today, so I was wondering if Coach Ted could give him a pep talk on being sick on his birthday. Maybe a fart in there, and if there's room for a few dad jokes, too. Thanks, guys. Love the show. Lots of love from Mom, Dad, and Rena.
All right, Joel, you're 10. So I'm going to shoot it to you straight, all right? Sometimes you get sick on your birthday, and it's awful. Old Coach had pneumonia once when he was like 13 on his birthday. It was horrible. But you know what Coach did? Same thing you're going to do. Listen to your parents. You got to get some rest. We got to get some fluids, maybe some saltines, some soup. And then in a couple days, when you're back in action, you look at your dad and you go, hey, Pops, ready for that burger.
Just like that.
Okay.
Just like that.
Couple left over from Halloween on Dad Joke Friday. What does a panda ghost eat? What does a panda ghost eat?
Bamboo.
Bamboo. What do you call two witches who live together? What do you call two witches who live together?
What do you call two witches that live together?
Broom mates.
Does that make you a womb mate if you're a twin?
What's a monster's favorite cheese?
Munster.
Guys, our daughter Ariel is 13 today. Happy birthday, Pumpkin Butt, for Mom and Dad. Can we get some dad jokes, a fish sandwich, and advice from Ted on how to not sweat the upcoming teenage drama that is on the way?
I get a fish sandwich?
Ariel, here you go. What is in a ghost nose?
Hang on. It's got to be like
boogie.
Boogers. Why did the ghost go to the bar?
Why did the ghost go to the bar? To drink some spirits.
For the booze.
Good call, though. Spirits.
Where does a ghost go on vacation?
The Bahamas?
Malibu.
I like Bahamas.
All right, listen. Coach, again, I'm going to shoot you straight. There's going to be drama, all right? Just listen to my voice. And I'm not talking about next year. I'm talking 3 years from now, right? You'll be 16. There's this and that. Just know it happened to all of us. It might seem like a massive deal, but if she doesn't want to be your friend, it's okay. If that boy doesn't like you or whatever, it's okay. Trust me, there was things that happened in my teenage years that seemed massive. They're not. But as a teenager, it's hard to understand that. So remember, parents, kid, a few years from now, just remember that. It'll be emotional, it'll be serious, but it too shall pass.
Oh, Charles, want to give my wife Amy a happy big birthday shout out. Could you please give her a cat giving birth? And the Men's Room talking over each other about what I'm going to do to her tonight. Thanks, guys. That from Chris. Well, Chris, if I were to ask
tonight is probably disappoint you. I think that's what's going to happen. And open his place with the same old appearance. I don't know, maybe for his birthday, he'll invite the guy over that you really want to have sex with.
Pachola's, today marks my 43rd. I'm writing in because my wife won't. Only a few weeks until Ted is another year older than me. So can I get some Vince Neils and a Thrill? I don't even know what the hell that is. I'll give him some shotgun.
Oh, they wanted I'm an anal cleaner.
Oh.
I
Thanks,
just
guys.
said that.
That from Alex.
A script is a story. It's not a storybook.
That guy. Hola, bitches. My buddy Dylan is taking his 39th trip around the Big Ball of Fire. He's a great guy, my go-to buddy for all things wrestling. We've been to 2 WrestleManias together. Pop culture, he's currently serving in the Navy. Been in there for almost 16 years. It would be great to get some Thrill shotgun gets, and the Dirty Germans talking about having crazy time with a stripper the night before the inaugural Las Vegas F1 race. And the captain talking to him about Mrs. Butterworth and Jemima and Chiquita Banana and their time with a few sexy lady boys from Japan. Thanks for all the laughs, fellas, as I drive all day, every day for my job. That from Phil. Get.
Yeah, in my experience, any time that you spend with the stripper one-on-one is a quote-unquote crazy time.
Yeah, maybe she got down on your Hockenberg.
Yeah. Ooh, well, ahoy there. Obviously, it's no secret that the old Capitan, Miss Butterworth, and Jemima and the Chiquita Banana Lady all enjoy the occasional companionship of a so-called ladyboy. As Jemima likes to remind us mascots, quote, parts is parts. In fact, we used to get ourselves zooted on a mixture of diesel-soaked cornmeal, belly button lead, predator ink, and dried algae. We covered that in an airtight paint can, buried under discarded medical waste for 24 hours, and popped the lid off and take a big old whiff. Then, when our heads were a little wonky, we'd head out to the seedy clubs of the Japanese underground to see what kind of destitute tale that we could coerce back to the SS Guppy. Those were the good old days, but our love of ladyboys was finally rewarded by our friends at Land O'Lakes Butter when they hired a guy named Chico to pose as their mascot. That's the kind of ladyboy that makes the captain's pants tight in all the right places. Why do you think he's on his knees? Crunch berries.
Hey guys, I want to wish my husband Corey a very happy birthday. He's 42 years old. He loves the show. I'm sure this birthday shout out will make his day. So how about a suck it up cupcake? Thanks, guys. That from Amber.
So suck it up, cupcake.
All right, guys, here you go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
All right, time to beam our satellites to the man, the myth, the legend from Honey Bucket. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Foote, how are you, man?
Not too bad. I think so.
Hey, first and foremost, thank you for getting a honey bucket at our Ola Days Porter Party tomorrow from 4 until 8 up at the Black Raven Brewing Facility in Woodinville. We appreciate that, man.
Oh, you're more than welcome. You know, local companies supporting local events.
I like that.
Yeah.
So what gave you that idea? Were you listening to us and said, to hell with it, I'll get them a porta potty? Did Castle reach out to you? How did this come about?
No, so last Friday I was actually listening to the radio. All of our guys are big fans of your guys' show. So just going about the day, and I heard you guys mention about getting a honey bucket, and for some reason I just decided I got to get a hold of Castle about this. And, yeah, reached out to Castle, and he got back with me, and here we are.
Awesome. That is awesome. We are, I believe, we're going to put it out in front of the brewing facility so that people can take pictures out in front. I believe we're going to decorate it with some men's room things on the inside.
It's my understanding, yeah.
Now, Brian, do you guys still have the QR code thing where you can win $1,000 or a brand new honey bucket?
We do. That event is running through this weekend, so take all the selfies and submit them.
Perfect.
All right. Now, does this come from like the Honey Bucket corporate? Was this your idea?
No, this was corporate. We've been doing it for years now, every summer.
Okay.
That's what I would say. That's where I know it from, because I would see a bunch of your dudes up at Meltdown and stuff. It was like, let's sign up.
Brian, has anyone, the other option is you get the honey bucket. Has anybody who's won the contest said, you know what, I'll take the honey bucket over the $1,000?
Yes.
You have?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow. That's kind of amazing.
How many times do people actually rent a porta potty to put in their backyard, a honey bucket? How often does that happen?
every day.
Are you kidding
Really?
me?
So just solo most of the time. So residential is mostly just like I just need one.
Yeah, it's usually, you got your construction, your remodels, but there's a lot of people with rental properties, summer properties. I mean, the guys, they rent year round.
Okay.
It's a nonstop monster we got.
I was going to say, I mean, I have plenty of friends that just have big enough parties where they don't want people going in and out of their home. They just rent a couple honey buckets.
That is fair.
Yep. Super Bowl parties, Halloween parties, 4th of July parties. I mean, you name it. Anything with party behind it, we're there.
Okay. Is there anything you could notice? Like, so say it's something like the Gorge or some big outdoor music festival, right? And then they order however many they order. Is there any difference, like, say, between when you guys got to pick this stuff up, as far as the condition of the honey bucket, when you pick it up after the fact, is there a definitive difference between, like, say, a country concert or a rock concert or a hip hop concert? You go like, man, why is this particular group of people, it's always this kind of mess?
Not really. I mean, some a little bit more crazy than others, but usually about the same. I mean, it all depends on how often they're getting service and, like I said, how much, I guess, alcohol's in the mix.
Well, other than individual holidays where people are getting single honey buckets, what is your biggest festival weekend? I mean, is it like Seafair, or is there one where you're like, we need 100, we need 50, or, what's the biggest one you guys do?
I would have to say, Seafair is a huge one. We're over at the Gorge all summer long. I mean, that's a 6-7 month ordeal for us.
Well,
those are probably the two biggest.
I appreciate that, Brian, because one night, I believe this was many years ago, but it was Velvet Revolver and Alice in Chains. When Alice in Chains got William Duvall and went back out on the road and started playing music again, we go to the concert, and I might have eaten something that made me feel funny. So I'm rocking in a chair for a while, and then about 3 o'clock, and my stomach is grumbling. About 3:30 in the morning, because I'm still awake, or 4 o'clock in the morning, you had one of your cleaning trucks come through, and I heard the guy doing his business in there. And when I went to use the bathroom, this is the middle of the night. I was the very first one. It was completely impeccably clean. It smelled wonderful, and I really needed to go. And I was like, this is the nicest porta potty I've ever been in in my entire life. So I know you guys got trucks running all night at those things. So that's greatly appreciated, at least on my end.
Oh, absolutely. That's the goal, is to be the premier provider of portable sanitation in Washington State.
Well, when it's something like the Gorge, right, and they're doing a major like, how many porta potties do you guys deliver there?
I believe the last I heard over the Gorge, it was somewhere in the realm of 1,300.
1,300.
Wow. So how many? Okay, so we had a little debate here. How many per person? So in other words, depending on the number of people, what do you recommend the number of units they need?
It's one honey bucket per 10 people.
10? Oh.
Wow.
We were way off.
I was the 25. Closest. I guessed, one for every 15. Miles guessed one for every 25. Ted said one for 20. And Mike just wants people to crap their pants. He said one for every 30 people.
Okay. That's
also
a much lower number.
I was going to say, shout out to all your workers that actually listen to the show. It was one of my big tricks at festivals. Like, a couple of the drivers be like, what time you coming back? And they'd be like, we're coming back at this time, Ted. I was always using a perfectly clean porta potty.
That's what I'm saying. Brian, you're going to stop by the party tomorrow at Black Raven Brewing, correct?
Yep, I got a pretty good group of guys coming down tomorrow to support you guys and have a beer with you.
Awesome, man.
Oh, no, you got honey bucket hats?
Oh, yeah, we'll have some stuff.
All right. Honey bucket hat.
Yes, I would. That is that's very cool. Hey, man, thank you so much, Brian. Can't wait to meet you in person tomorrow and have a nice cold beer. And thank you for bringing that by so people can just get an opportunity to get a good
porta potty. Like, it all makes sense, man.
That's the perfect deal. So thank you so much again, Brian, for doing that, man.
Absolutely. I'm going to load it up right now and take it over to Black Raven as we speak.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
When you load it up, it's not going to have the blue water in it, right?
Nope, it's going to be empty.
All right. Okay. All right. We'll make sure that nobody uses it.
Yeah, we're going to stress.
It's kind of like the toilet at the Home Depot that the 4-year-old uses. Yeah. It doesn't know any different. We'll make sure that nobody goes in there in the wrong state of mind.
So thanks again, man. We appreciate it. We'll meet you tomorrow, bro.
Brian Foot there from Honey Bucket, man. We'll see him tomorrow. Keep in mind, tomorrow's absolutely free. The Ola Days Porter Party tomorrow, the Black Raven Woodinville facility. We'll be there from 4 until 8. Your first chance to try the brand new beer. That's a seasonal limited release.
And I'm hoping to be rocking a Honey Bucket hat.
There you go. Okay, I think it's time that we go back in time to the last time that we played Ted versus the FCC. So if we could, let's go back in time.
Ashy Ashley smokes cigs in her sassy, gassy ash hole. Should Ashley's stinky, sassy, gassy ash hole shift where she sits?
3 times fast.
Ashley smokes cigs in her sassy, gassy ash hole. Should Ashley's stinky, sassy, gas ash hole shift where she sits?
1.
Ashley smokes cigs in her sassy, gassy ash hole. Should Ashley's stinky, sassy, gassy ash hole shift where she sits?
2.
Ashley smokes cigs in her sassy, gassy ash hole. Should Ashley's stinky, sassy, gassy ash hole shift where she sits?
Big win last week at Ted versus the FCC. Let's do it again.
And now, everyone's favorite daytime game show, where one person could lose $325,000 and their job, or win and walk away with nothing. It's time for Ted versus the FCC.
Good job. Got up with the tongue twisters. For Ted versus the FCC, Ted, you might as well retire at this point.
It's unreal. I barely do it anymore.
Unbelievable, yes. Danny V got the win.
I got to start taking Fridays off.
Yeah, right. We're joined by Steve Miggs from the Daily Miggs Morning Show. Once again, another loser.
Dude, I blame Danny for all of this.
You guys suck.
I don't even have a link to the page. I don't have a username or a password. I have no idea who's on our team.
They're not good.
Yeah, I'm thinking about come playoff time. I was talking with Mike. I think I might need to start making some changes.
Head coaching change at the top.
Maybe just look and make sure your players are playing.
I don't even know.
Okay, all right.
We have a lot of Seahawks. I know that. Last week was not a good.
Hey, Steve, problem number 1.
Well, lo and behold. Steve, we've got a party tomorrow at the Black Raven Brewing facility up there in Woodinville from 4 until 8. We got a brand new porter coming out. So it's Ola Day's Porter Party. Yes, we will have a porta potty there.
At the porta party. So
from the fine folks.
Yeah, Honey Bucket.
Yep. Brian Foote hooked us up. Those guys, we really appreciate it. I did look at their website, by the way. They still have the $1,000 contest going on.
The Honey Bucket website.
Now, you take a picture of yourself outside of the Honey Bucket.
All right.
And you submit it to them, and they've got a contest where you can win $1,000.
That's what I was talking about the other day, man.
Now, you can't be inside of it. So if you want to win the $1,000, now we don't care if you take pictures, but if you're going to submit a picture, you need to be on the outside of the Honey Bucket.
No, I know they always set up like those big, like the thing in the background with like the KSW men's room logo. I feel like you guys should only take pictures in front of the Honey Bucket.
Yeah.
Just
That's kind of
don't
my
even
plan,
prop that thing up.
And first of all, it's not the KSW Honey Bucket; it's the Porter Party Porta Potty.
My bad.
It's very specific what this is. Not just some random Honey Bucket, brother. This is the Porter Party Porta Potty.
You should look at some of the people who submitted in the winners, too. You got a lot of festival action going on, a lot of summertime by the lake action going on.
That's where I know it from. Yeah.
I mean, there's some...
Ted and I had a moment in a porta potty, not together, in separate ones, but it was during Run the Jewels.
That was, it was scary.
It was that bumper shoot. We were not sober, and we were both in the porta potty at the same time, and I was actually content being in there because the bass was so intense.
You were content.
It was like you couldn't get out. The porta potties were rocking, and then like my door throws open. I look down, Steve's doors throw open, and we're just like, oh wow,
like sweat on our face. Like, was that as awesome for you as it was for me?
I'm telling you, man, that thing was rocking.
Does not sound good.
Oh, trust me, it was a blast.
I'm
good
sure
squared.
Hey, man,
it was good squared.
I know where your head was. So today we have a actual Ola Days Porter Party inspired.
Porta Potty,
yeah. Ted versus the FCC. Our buddy VD worked very diligently on this.
Yes, he did.
And he hooked it up. And you know how we play the game: 1 time through, 3 times fast. Here is this week's Ted versus the FCC. Pushy, prissy Ted was pissed he couldn't use the porta potty to pop his pussy, pimple, and piece. So he was a prissy, pushy wussy when his pussy pimple popped. The way that we play, Jesus, Ted versus the FCC, is you need to read that 1 time through
VD.
and 3 times fast.
Well, if you had a hard time with it, you think I'm going to get through this?
Typically, I can get through it okay. I think I messed up twice.
He actually had to re-edit it because our boy VD, when he sent the email, he said, "Hey, man, I got one." We said, "All right, cool." We had to explain, pussy has one S. Seriously, so when he sent it, it didn't exactly
it's like
say.
a setup for loss.
Yeah.
No wonder why his dermatologist never wants to see him.
Right. That's like one S, dude.
What came out of your pimple?
Okay. 1 time through. Okay. 3 times fast.
Pushy, prissy Ted was pissed he couldn't use the porta potty to pop his pussy, pimple and piece. So he was a prissy, pushy wussy when his pussy pimple popped.
3 times fast.
Pushy Prissy Ted was pissed he couldn't use the porta potty to pop his prince.
Pop that thing. Hot to us. Pop that thing. Hot to us.
Just bet on that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That one's going to be around for a month.
You'll hear that one at the end of your spectacular.
Oh, man, I felt real good about this one, too.
It sounded good.
I know. I was like, I'm going in hard on this one.
Oladay's Porter Party tomorrow.
Oh, no pun intended.
In Woodinville at the Black Raven Brewing, 4 till 8. It is absolutely free. Stop by and see us. Thank you, Steve. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Coming up, we'll drink your toast in the weekend with a shot of the day. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Life can be hectic, and managing your mental health is more important today than ever before. That's why Mindful Therapy Group's mission is to take the pain out of finding a therapist. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Our mental health providers are here for you with both in-person and telehealth options to get you seen in as little as 48 hours. Mindful Therapy Group also accepts insurance. Join us to start your journey to a healthier and happier you. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to get started today.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday athletic gifts like bikes, tents, and outdoor gear. You'll have money left over for a premium yoga mat so you can try to touch your toes by New Year's. Almost there. Or snowshoes so you can hike to your super secret spot to find the perfect tree. Aha! Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, coming up in just minutes, we will drink and toast in the weekend with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Thank you, Miles. New research into recovery from smoking found that it could take anywhere from a couple years to more than 20.
As far as your body to heal?
That'd be my guess. I didn't really work on it all that much, but that's kind of what they were putting out there. It's just your body, your mind, and everything to recover from it.
Well, probably your mind more than anything. I used to use a quit smoking app. Right. And that's kind of how it encouraged you every day. It would tell you something different as far as the health benefit that your body has had now since you stopped.
All right.
So it was daily. Like after a month, like after 3 days, all the nicotine's out of your system.
Okay.
And then it just starts that now your blood oxygen flow is better in a week, or like it always give you something different as far as encouragement.
Sure.
But something about your health that benefited from you quitting.
Is it also another thing, just cigarette, like putting it up to your mouth?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like muscle memory at this point. So, and you're going to have, stress triggers, meal triggers, all that stuff.
It becomes a habit from what I've understood.
Yep.
The old man told me stories of guys that tried to quit smoking, and, they would hit a certain time of the day, and he would start slapping his chest because he always kept his cigarettes in his breast pocket.
Oh, right.
He also said that when my old man quit, he said he did, you would go for stretches at a time. After a couple weeks or something like that, you're good. He said, for whatever reason, 6 months in, all of a sudden, he had like the worst craving that he has ever experienced in his life. Yes. And he made it through, and he hasn't smoked in decades.
Wow.
But, yeah.
I still think it's amazing. Like, I had a buddy, and I kind of I don't know if your dad was one of these people, but like his dad would smoke literally like 2 or 3 a day.
And that was it?
That was it.
I know a few
and it was
people
very
like
rare.
that.
Like, I think in all the times me and Josh hung out, I think I caught Larry maybe once actually outside smoking. I was like, I didn't even know you smoked. And he's like,
on occasion.
But it was just wild.
Just keeps it to 2 to 3 a day.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
If you're a smoker and not so many smoke, I'm like,
that's not bad at all, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was a outlier.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That took some self-control and discipline.
Yeah.
University of Arizona researchers are looking into a new device that could help cure insomnia. Basically,
a device. I got one.
It's some
a
sort
golf
of
club.
It's some sort of a noise.
I can't sleep.
It just emits a pulse of frequency that just calms you for whatever reason. It kind of keeps your mind from racing. They're talking about chronic insomnia. You're not just you're having a hard time sleeping tonight.
Right.
Like you can't get out of your own head.
I thought they invented that years ago when they introduced whiskey.
Yeah.
Drink enough of it, I can't keep my eyes open.
That's a blackout. You still wake up tired.
Well, sure.
Solid point, man.
1 in 3 Americans would turn down their dream job if it didn't include health care.
Well, yeah.
You kind of need that. You can have a job, but if you have a health problem, it'll take all the money you got.
I mean, if your dream job pays you 7 digits, maybe you'll be okay.
I would put money that you would turn down your dream job if it didn't pay enough. You turn down.
Right.
There's factors to it.
Yeah. Can I I might like the job. Can I afford to live with this job?
Right.
Yeah.
And
healthcare is so ridiculously outrageous in this country. Yeah.
I mean, that's a big deal when people get especially when you're in your 20s or 30s trying to decide on jobs. It's like, that one might pay more, but this one has full benefits.
Exactly.
And seriously, I mean, those benefits go a long, long way.
100% they do. 100% they do. A new list came across my desk this morning, and I'm happy to report that our own Steve the Thrill Hill is very concerned about the health of your manhood.
The Men's Top 10. The Men's Top 10.
10 habits that are hurting your penis. One would imagine getting kicked in the Jimmy is counterproductive. What if one of your beans explodes? Riding a bicycle. When you ride on a hard seat for too long, you do damage to your Aretha Franklin. Then you can't produce no gravy. And friction and chafing can be unpleasant. So be sure to apply a good coating of lubricating ointment before you decide to wax the dolphin. Paid for by the Ad Council and your pants brain. Positive Friday.
Dear God.
Pants brain.
So these are 10 habits that are hurting your penis as every man's ears prick up just a little bit there. Number 10, you're not drinking coffee.
Oh, I got a coffee right here.
A team of researchers from the University of Texas Health Science Center found that 42% of men who drink between 2 to 3 cups of coffee per day were less likely to report instances of erectile dysfunction. The study proved that caffeine helps relax arteries and smooth muscle within the penis, which help increase blood flow. And now that I've spoken this entire paragraph, not good, Ted. You settle down over there. I know what I said.
I mean, I like coffee. I never thought about it going to the old main brain.
Main brain. Right? Like, you always hear that you need to cut down on your coffee and you need to go easy on your caffeine consumption and all that. It's like, I didn't realize that I'm helping
You're helping your junk.
I'm helping my man out.
That's all you got to tell people.
That's right.
Why do you drink so much coffee? For my penis.
Your dental hygiene is poor. Or hers is. Researchers from the Journal of Periodontology found gum disease is 7 times more common in men with erectile dysfunction. Bacteria in your gum tissue can travel through your body, inducing inflammation and damaging the blood vessels in your penis.
Oh, it's not whiskey, dude. Maybe I got a lot of plaque in my
gums,
gums.
your teeth, your mouth, they affect a lot of your body.
I got a sneaking hunch that if you've got, like, gum disease, you're probably not using your penis anyway.
Right.
That's nasty. That's nasty. Clean up your mouth. You're not washing off sunscreen. Again, these are the 10 habits that are hurting your penis. According to the National Institutes of Health, your sunscreen can help prevent your risk of skin cancer, but up your odds of suffering from infertility. Certain chemicals, UV filters BP2 or 40-HBP, which protect against UV rays, may reduce a man's ability to reproduce by up to 30%. But don't use it as an excuse to quit the sunscreen. I was actually just told by my doctor.
Stop putting it on your penis.
I was going to say, slather that on your manhood. Save the money.
I was actually just told by my doctor I need to start wearing more sunscreen.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got skin that's fair enough that I might actually get cancer if I don't.
When does he think you're going to see the sun? Is this like when you go to Florida or something?
Right, I don't know. We still do get UV radiation that comes down, man.
Okay.
You ever gotten that overcast burn? That's one of the worst.
Well, yeah, that's true. Or a ski slope burn. You, get
you
those
bet.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to use sunscreen.
Yeah, 100%.
Seriously, man. And like, I would say over a certain age too, like go, right. What do you call it when you get your skin checked?
Oh,
dermatologist. Go to a dermatologist.
Yeah,
they are thorough.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What? Like, did they?
Everything.
Okay.
You got
like
skin. Do you have skin?
Okay.
They're going to check it out.
They're going to check every square inch of skin.
Yeah.
All right.
The whole.
Whoa.
Everything.
Opening the curtains and everything.
Everything.
All right.
The whole thing, man.
So they're ironing it out. All right.
They are checking your skin. I have a skin doctor.
Getting the shirt ready for the event.
First time I went in there,
and all the wrinkles out there.
You know, the point was made. Well, it's skin. I'm like, yeah, you are right.
Okay, yes, you are correct.
I did not think of that.
Settle down there.
Jeez, a whiz.
Your skin officially ends at the opening. Right?
I was like, I did not know that was going to happen.
I know it's professional, but there's just something weird when they start checking, man.
Why are you pulling my butt cheeks apart?
No. Skin.
I got it. You're binge watching TV. Again, these are the 10 habits that are hurting your penis.
Well, sure, man. I got, gum disease and bad skin.
Men who watch more than 20 hours of TV weekly have a 44% lower sperm count than those who watched almost no TV, according to a 2010 study. The researchers found that healthy men who were sedentary, as measured by their television viewing habits, had poorer sperm quality because of their lack of physical activity.
Okay. Huh.
20 hours a week.
Yeah, 20 hours a week. So NFL, that's 7 gone on.
I'm about to say, like Sundays, already taking a whole bunch of that out of there. And then you got Monday night, you got Thursday night. Like,
Oh, that's like a cheat day. I mean, other than that, if you're still active during the week, I mean, you can do a bender.
You are, but that, I don't know. That seems
during football season.
That seems low though too. I mean, if you watch 2 hours of TV a night,
just 5 days a week.
That's 14, and then
you're eating too much junk. In short, junk food is bad for your junk. A 2011 Harvard study found that men who indulge in processed foods high in trans fats had poorer quality sperm than those who followed a healthy diet. Take care of your penis. Eat healthy.
Drink coffee, eat healthy, wear sunscreen.
You're skimping on watermelon. A 2008 Texas A&M University study found an ingredient in watermelon called citrulline arginine. I screwed that up. It helps relax blood vessels by boosting nitric oxide in the same manner as Viagra.
Woot woot.
You were eating watermelon yesterday.
That's my favorite fruit, man.
It says it's effectively treating erectile dysfunction and maybe even preventing it.
Wow.
Eat your watermelon, kids.
Doing.
Yeah.
watermelon is great.
Coffee and watermelon.
My goodness, you were fantastic. I ate a lot of watermelon, baby.
Hang a wool coat on that bad boy now. Go ahead, give it a try.
Go ahead.
Let me see that trench coat you got on.
It's like a slot machine arm.
I told you I could drag this thing across the hallway walking backwards.
Watermelon. Told you. They should put that in their ads. Their sales go through the roof.
Yeah.
Do you respect your penis? Eat watermelon.
Eat watermelon.
Does your house need a step stool? Go ahead, baby. Change the battery now, smoke detector. Go ahead, get on up.
Stand up.
I got you, honey.
I got you. Told you.
Oh, God.
That picture is tilted.
Hang on, I got you.
Made you touch it. Made you touch it.
Oh, my goodness. You're short on shut-eye. According to a University of Michigan study, men who get an insufficient amount of sleep will experience a lower level of desire the next day and lesser ability to reproduce.
Oh, I'm just glad you said on shut-eye.
Yeah,
shut-eye.
If you're short.
You're short. Don't work, does it?
I don't know.
I'm sleepy. Sorry, baby, I can't.
I mean, these seem like general health things.
Yeah,
partly
don't
to
eat
cleanse
too much
penis.
It's about the health of your penis, man.
Maybe this is the way they're trying to convince us to listen to it.
Take care of you, take care of your penis.
It all comes back to basic circulation.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Honestly.
A healthy body produces a healthy wang.
It's a parking lot.
10 health habits that are hurting your penis. You're not getting laid.
Yeah.
Says the more sex you have, the less likely you are to suffer erectile dysfunction, according to a study back in 2008. Researchers analyzed 989 men. Why didn't you just get the other 11?
I know.
Between the ages of 55 and 75 over a 5-year span.
That's a great call.
number.
Like, why did we stop there?
Right.
Okay, all these other things are under your control. That is not. Officer, on Aurora, why are you who's this woman in your car? Sir, I need to have sex, so my sperm count will go up.
My penis is weak without the exercise.
Right.
I don't know.
That's the only way I can do
Does
it.
practice count, or does it have to be sex?
It doesn't mention practice. Because I was thinking the same thing. It's like, is it about crossing the finish line, or is it about the race?
Yes, Miles is right. Sometimes you can't control that.
No, you
That's
can't.
fact.
That's not up to you. That's
Sometimes
not up to
it's
you.
winter, and then you stock up for the winter.
Yeah.
You're hibernating. Get a little grouchy.
Having those dreams again.
The darkness is coming.
Yeah. Gotta wash the
I
pillow.
say that a lot.
The darkness is key.
Oh, God.
I just open my bedroom window and yell to the neighbors.
God, I just want to have sex with you.
Guess what, everybody? The darkness is coming.
I'm gonna try that. Like, no. Well, yes, I want to have sex with you, but it's just so that I don't want my thing to work for later.
Yeah.
Darkness doesn't come.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? You got to make peace with the darkness, like Aaron Rodgers says, and find a way out of it.
Yeah.
Get you some cayenne.
I need some cayenne pepper and water. All right, I was dead wrong. That man, I bet his works perfect.
I am ready.
You're smoking too much.
Yeah.
Boys.
Yep.
Nicotine. 20% of participants in an 8-week quit program confessed that to having erectile dysfunction, and by the end, 75% of these men who stayed nicotine-free had wider, firmer erections and reached maximum sexual arousal.
Maybe I should stop having my penis smoked.
I know, right? And then finally, this is your number one habit that's hurting your penis. Sorry, boys, this is the biggest motivation. You're not exercising enough.
Yep.
In a study, nearly 300 men self-reported their activity levels, which researchers categorized as sedentary, mildly active, moderate, blah, 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 blah. The participants also self-reported the quality and extent of their sexual function, including the ability. The results showed that men who reported more frequent exercise had higher sexual function scores. Conversely, men who exercised less reported lower levels of sexual function. There you go. Get out and work out, boys. You will feel better. You will be better.
Do it for your penis.
Thousands of people in Ireland lined the streets of Dublin for a Halloween parade earlier this week, but there was one small issue, Miles.
What was that?
Tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming at 5:50 in the meantime, and we made it to the weekend and drinking time.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday athletic gifts like bikes, tents, and outdoor gear. You'll have money left over for a premium yoga mat so you can try to touch your toes by New Year's.
Almost there.
Or that Pro Series 2-person sled with titanium alloy skis. Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Getting help for mental health shouldn't be as hard as it is. Thankfully, Mindful Therapy Group is here to make your mental health journey as painless as possible. Be seen in as little as 48 hours for in-person or telehealth appointments. Mindful partners with thousands of licensed clinicians to find the perfect fit for you. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Mindful Therapy Group also accepts insurance, so you can focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to get started today.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday gifts for the home, like vacuums, bedding, and home decor. You'll have money left over for those sweet handbells you've had your eye on. Or that standing mixer to whip up some holiday cookies. Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hey, anyone know what channel the game's on? We know. Download the Sports on What app today and always know how to watch the game. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Subscribe today to start your 7-day free trial. Sports on What? We know.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve at Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast 39-year-old Scott Schwerian of somewhere in Florida. Now, we don't know why, but Scott was pulled over by the local authorities, and they noticed evidence of drugs. So they searched his vehicle. And to the shock of absolutely no one, they found a blunt, a pill box with the word Xanax written on it. What was in it? I mean, come on. 2 baggies with fentanyl residue, 3 syringes full of meth, 4 joints, and a safe that had more drugs in it. So naturally, the cops moved to arrest Scott and his 2 passengers, but Scott had other ideas. He decided he was going to escape on foot, and he took off running. He literally made it 3 steps before running directly into a telephone pole.
Oh, no!
And after laughing, the cops walked over and cuffed him. It was just that. This man, he took 3 steps, just didn't see the pole, gave himself a black eye, damn near knocked himself out. So they had the opportunity to laugh, then they cuffed him.
Yeah, you try running when you're on Xanax and stoned.
Well, just don't label it Xanax. My God.
Come on, man.
So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
And we turn back the clocks there on Saturday night, Sunday morning. We do gain an extra hour of sleep. We lose an extra hour of daylight. So your choices today. Shares, if I could turn back time, taking on Huey Lewis in the news and back in time. Mike, how was the voting?
It was not close at all, Miles, with a 65-35 split. I am sorry to say, Ted Smith, we've disappointed you once again. Your girl isn't making it. We're doing a little Huey Lewis on a bad.
Oh, here you go.
Right.
Welcome to the weekend. You are listening to The Men's Room, 99.9 KISW Seattle.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. The Holidays Porter Party going on from 4 until 8. The Black Raven Woodinville Brewing Facility. I will be hanging out. It's absolutely free. Thanks to Brian at Honey Bucket for giving us a Honey Bucket to get your picture taken with. That'll be decorated with men's room apparel. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow from 4 until 8. Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Come on, man. There we go.
Armageddon.
Smooth.
Armageddon.
Smooth. All right.
Armageddon.
God damn it. I shouldn't have said anything. Your choices: Stephen Colbert, Seth Meyers, The Jimmy,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Writers, or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right through the title. All these guys have teams of talented writers so that come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
A Zamboni driver was arrested for allegedly driving drunk on the ice.
Nobody was hurt, but a door was damaged. I would fight that in court. I think you have to be drunk to drive a Zamboni.
Myers.
The Ted Smith.
Fallon.
A Zamboni driver is arrested for allegedly driving drunk on the hockey rink. Fortunately, no one got hurt, but a door at the rink is damaged.
I would fight that in court. I think you have to be drunk to drive a Zamboni.
It does seem odd, though, because you're not on a street.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, an enclosed space. I guess you just can't be drunk and drive a Zamboni on the ice, Ted. Yep.
But I mean, like, if I have a couple beers, can I not drive or like, if I have 5 beers in an hour, can I not drive a go-kart?
They might not let you, but oddly, you can still drive a golf cart.
Yeah.
Right. You can take down a bottle of whiskey and drive a golf cart.
Researchers have found rats that learn to sniff out elephant ivory, landmines, and tuberculosis in mucus samples. And even the rat was like, I'm sorry, I'm going to be doing what?
Colbert.
Yeah, Colbert.
That is Colbert.
Researchers say the giant African pouched rat has learned to detect elephant ivory and other goods from at-risk species and also can sniff out landmines and detect tuberculosis in mucus samples. Even the rat is like, I'm sorry, I'm going to be doing what?
This is a wild story. A pig in Oregon has contracted bird flu, raising the question of, can pigs fly?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Dunkin' has unveiled its holiday menu, which includes hash brown brisket scramble bowl. How is that a holiday item? You went to the bathroom and it lasted for 8 nights?
Seth?
Yeah, Myers.
That is Myers.
Dunkin' has unveiled its holiday menu, which includes a hash brown brisket scramble bowl. How is that a holiday item? You went into the bathroom and it lasted for 8 nights?
That took me a second. I'll explain. People don't really get it. Like, Hanukkah is 8 nights. Right. Brisket is pretty common holidays for Jewish people. Yeah. So, I mean, I was like, first I was just like, what does brisket have to do with the holiday? I was like, oh, well done, Seth. Mm-hmm. That's why he has real writers.
And that's why Duncan has brisket for the holidays.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Northeast thing.
It is. But, like, you know what? To me, when I think, like, foods for different religions and stuff, I just forget about brisket. Like, to me, everybody loves brisket. You say brisket to me, I'm picturing a guy in Texas.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah. Anytime. Brisket is an anytime meal. You got brisket, I'll eat your brisket.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you're talking hamantashen, Lockies, right? Stuff like that I'm like...
Applesauce.
Yeah, like Jewish holiday.
Sure. But
you know
right,
I mean?
Brisket, I picture my uncle.
Right. When
like
you think
Boomhauer.
Ham's biggest day is the Catholic holy day of Easter.
Right.
You're like, all right, Catholics.
Yeah.
Hey, eating ham, you Catholic. I just like ham, but you're Catholic. No, I just like ham. But you're a Catholic that likes ham.
I know. I try to explain to Mike every year around Easter how long my brother and I would wait outside a Honey Baked Ham store. Because there was only a few of them.
Good.
You would wait in line, and you had to order that ham ahead of time. All right, so last night, first of all, I was dead wrong. I know cayenne pepper and water is good for your body and stuff. I didn't know it made you better at football. Apparently it does.
Seems that way.
Because the Jets won a football game last night.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's very happy on the post-game interview, so there you go. Now, after I watched that game, I got my old man on, which is what I like to do. Clicked over to PBS, Miles.
Okay.
Ken Burns' film, The American Buffalo. Now, yes, it is technically a bison, as Miles will attest to this Christmas area or time when he goes down on safari and sees an actual water buffalo.
Mm-hmm. That's a buffalo. Which is most likely to kill you on safari.
But they still, a lot of people still call it the buffalo here. That's what everybody called it, right?
Of course.
I like the American buffalo.
Yeah.
It distinguishes.
Well, I also liked when I watched this Ken Burns documentary, all the good historians were like calling it bison.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, you know what? I was patting myself on the back all night, Mike. There's a lot of things in American history that are bad. The massacre of the bison and the buffalo is just horrible. So, we all think about, ranches and all this stuff. I did not realize, you'd heard the stories. I've seen Dances with Wolves. But basically, the natives are living here, especially out west, right? Because they've already been pushed out from the East Coast and stuff. But the bison were everywhere, right? That's why Buffalo, New York is Buffalo, New York. So anyhow, basically, they would just go out, the settlers would just go out there, and they would just sit up on these ridges and would just shoot buffalo sitting there.
Yeah, it's for target practice.
Right, and some of them were and the worst part is that they left all the meat. They would just take the hide and then chop off and take the heads. So then, and some of them were almost like a couple of them were smart enough to put in their diaries, I kind of feel bad.
Right.
But then the next morning, everybody from the camp is going out to make money and shoot all these buffalo. So they would all go out there. So obviously, they basically take them to the point of extinction. Now, I remember buffalo were in a lot of trouble. But what I didn't realize is that the story is almost more twisted. So eventually, the last herd of buffalo ends up in the Flathead Valley of Montana, which made me happy that I vacationed there. So they're kind of out there. I summer there, Mike. So there's some there. And then basically a few of these hunters are basically just bison executioners. Like one guy, his wife, to this day, they don't know if his wife was just I like them, or just Jesus, can we keep a couple of the calves? So for years, there's one small herd, but even at that, people are going out and they want to be I'm the one that killed the last one. But then there's these private farms. So then I didn't realize the Bronx Zoo was such a big deal. Mm-hmm. The guy that started that used to work at the Smithsonian, taxiderming animals and everything. He goes out there, he gets a couple wild ones, but then he starts feeling bad. Of course, you know the story of Buffalo Bill. Right? But Buffalo Bill basically was using it to make money. It's like a lot of American stories. There's this guy named Buffalo Jones. He has a farm. He's raising some buffalo, right? But he's basically just doing it for money. He says, if you watch Meat Eater, Steve Rinelli's in here a lot. And he's like, look, that guy says he did it because of conservationists, but he's like, he really wanted to make money.
Yeah, of course.
So a lot of these people are kind of saving the buffaloes inadvertently for really terrible reasons. I also didn't realize how much of a racist Teddy Roosevelt was until he's in office. And he finally goes out on a coyote hunt and hangs out with some natives and kind of starts to change his tune a little bit.
Right.
But the same thing, he was a massive hunter.
Yeah.
This and that, but then turned into a conservationist. And you realize even nowadays, some of the best conservationists actually are hunters.
Yeah, for sure.
And Roosevelt sets up national parks.
He did the big ones.
Right. And the issue with having these buffalo in the zoos was like they're mass animals. They need a big group.
Yeah.
And they couldn't exist that way. And basically, like Ranelli was saying, he's like, look, you're one infection away from having zero buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
So it's called The American Buffalo. It's by Ken Burns. It is an amazing story. You will learn some stuff about, Native people and reservations and all that bad stuff too. But, that's history. So, I mean,
Yes,
it was very enthralling. And look, one of the chiefs in there, he even brings it up. He goes, look, what you people did to my people is not good. He's like, yeah. He's like, but also, he's like, at this point, like, it's a shared history.
Oh, right.
So he's like, for us, buffalo was everything, right? It's what they ate. It's how they clothed themselves. How they kept warm. And he's like, for you guys, it was manifest destiny.
Right.
And he's just like, look, it's a mixed history. I'm glad they're back. We got to take care of them now and this and that. Because it was I didn't realize, too, that everybody was like, it's the sign of American, the bison. That's like, well, why don't we stop slaughtering it?
Right. Used to be a buffalo. They called it a buffalo nickel, a bison on the back of the nickel.
Correct. Yeah, I've heard you talk about that thing for years. And then to see why they made those. But, it's not just bison, right? I mean, go to Monterey Bay. They did it with all the small fish there.
Yep.
And it's very tough. So, like, nowadays, I agree with the crab fishermen, right? They're like, we want to catch more than this and that. But, like, it's just the way the world works. Like, if you don't have those quotas and stuff, like, we could kill all these animals that we like to death.
That's why all those canneries are dead.
Yeah, exactly, in Monterey. But I just thought, you know how I learn about history and wild animals. I thought it was awesome. And it'll teach you a lot about the West, too, and how, it's one and how, how the national parks are built. Thank God for those national parks. I mean, I'm sure when you're on safari, those are national parks for those countries.
They are preserves.
That is correct.
Right, they're preserves as well. And, and you got to have that stuff because, I don't know, I'm so happy that I've seen a bison in person now.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and not in a zoo. You know what I mean? And also, like, I kind of want to be a bison, man.
You want to be a bison?
Yeah. Powerful animal, right? It gets to Yellowstone. They didn't always live in those winter conditions. The bison doesn't give a crap. It just trudges along with its friends, making babies, and, like, they figure it out. I'm telling you, I was sitting there last night like, I'm a bison, man. We're going to make it through. Right? We'll just keep on walking. Yeah. Mike, I was all fired up. And then also, frankly, now there's enough of them and there is farms. It is a good lean meat. You're going to make burgers. I recommend you.
You just went through all that. By the way, they are tasty.
I'll tell you what, though.
Yeah, I mean, bison burgers are delicious.
Yeah, elk, I think, is a little bit better.
All right, so they almost got rid of the elk, too.
Oh, really?
That's what I found out.
Great. Now another special from Ken Burns.
No, I guess. But and I will also say this, though. Those people, at that time, it didn't dawn on anybody. That's just what you did.
Yeah.
It's like, look, there's all these animals. Let's kill them and make money.
Like my cousin.
Can I kill him?
Yeah. The sad thing is, the people that got all the buffalo and bison bones, they ended up making more money than the original people that slaughtered them did.
Really?
Yeah.
What's with the bison bones?
It just, you know what I mean? Think about all the taverns, all the stuff you've seen, one of those bison heads.
Yeah.
Or the bones. That became such a big collectible. I mean, they talk about conservation. They even talk about the fact that in Florida, we almost lost a lot of species in birds because it was so fancy for women to have exotic feathers in their hats.
So, see you, birds.
Yeah, so I'm pro hunting, but again, a lot of those hunters are conservationists too, which I think is a weird little thing, but it's awesome. Like the guy that invented Field and Stream was like, I want to keep fielding and streaming.
Yeah, so
right. So you got to keep doing it. But yeah, Ken Burns, the American Buffalo. It's a couple years old. Check it out.
What was it? Oh, you said PBS, right?
PBS.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll be. That's what I'm saying. If I'm not watching sports or gangster movie, I'm probably locked on PBS. All right, let's talk about what you are going to watch this weekend. You got a lot of stuff on. Cougs fans, chill out, man. Do whatever you want on Saturday.
Week off.
Right? You got a week off. You don't have to sweat a lot of things. We were talking about that United Way benefit concert for the hurricane relief. That is Saturday, 8 p.m. or CBS. A lot of stars on there. Clay Aiken, give him a shout. Your Huskies are playing at 4:30 against SC. Huskies, you should win that game. Maryland beat SC. The biggest game of the weekend, kind of odd, is Penn State at Ohio State. That's at 9 a.m.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
noon kickoff.
Noon kickoff on the East Coast. That's super odd.
Strange.
Also, Saturday night, an exciting game event. You want to be at Black Raven Brewery out in Woodinville from 4 to 8 for the Ola Days party.
Yeah, man.
Saturday night, when you get back, you got a nice little buzz on. You've been hanging out with us. John Mulaney's hosted SNL. And then Sunday, back in action. I have no prediction as I don't know what team will show up, but the Seahawks are hosting the Rams. It's the latest of the 1 p.m. window, 1:25 kickoff.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday gifts for the kids, like arts, crafts, games, and tech. You'll have money left over for some new board games to boost the kids' confidence.
You won again.
Or that multi-voice changing megaphone so you can really spread the cheer.
Happy holidays.
Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. A woman assaults a man with her Camaro. It's shocking news because it didn't happen in New Jersey. Meanwhile, 3 Navy officers are rescued by the Army when their boat was adrift at sea. As the Dodgers celebrate, one man decides to lend them a hand. In Orlando, goats in costume take over a coffee stand. And when shooting at robbers, make sure that they aren't the police. It's time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cop.
At our top story, we go to Dublin, where the locals like to celebrate a holiday. Earlier this week, thousands lined one of the main streets of the city, all in anticipation of a Halloween parade that was scheduled to march its way down the road. But something went wrong. The crowd waited during the start time of the parade only to see nothing. What? Nothing. The street remained empty a full hour after it was scheduled to start before they were given a notice by city officials that despite information circulating online, there was no Halloween parade scheduled at all.
Oh,
turns out it was an AI-generated page on social media that made the whole thing up.
Oh, and all these people showed up.
Thousands showed up out there. The crowd was in good spirits about the whole thing, albeit a bit annoyed about the wasted time, but several videos were taken just of how big the crowd got for an event that never actually happened.
And what's funny, one of the people said, I want to say someone that works for the city or something, said, look, you know, it happened. It is what it is, but maybe we should do a freaking parade.
Right.
Because
clearly the people want it.
Yeah, that was his whole thing. He goes, if this many people showed up for a parade, why don't we just start doing a damn parade?
How long were they out there before they finally realized,
about an hour.
Keep in mind, it's an hour after it's supposed to start, but they said a lot of people showed up early, because like anything, you want your best position.
Of course.
Got to put chairs out.
Yep.
So I wonder what that AI page was like Dublin Insider or something like that, some sort of news publication, was it a fake official city of Dublin sort of a thing?
But the thing is, a lot of people saw it, obviously, except anyone that works for the city.
Right.
They would have said, this is not true.
Thousands saw it.
Thousands, yeah.
Thousands. Goodness gracious. In other news, we go off the coast of Hawaii for an incident that I'm sure will never be brought up again. Out on the water, a crew with the Army were operating a 30-foot vessel, pulling targets during a live fire drill when they got the call from the Coast Guard. It was a distress call that another vessel had ended up disabled and the crew needed help. They answered the call and found the disabled craft along with the crew, 3 off-duty Navy sailors. They towed the boat back to shore, but couldn't help but snap a quick photo of the incident. Army saving the Navy out in the water.
You're right. That'll never be brought up again.
Oh, yeah.
The branches always just love each other. They don't mess with each other at all.
Never talk smack on each other.
Nah. Let me just tow you boys back here.
Yeah.
Now, they were off duty, so they'll have that on their side, but good job, boys.
Yeah, they're going to catch a lot of heat.
Oh, my God, yeah.
You're damn right there. Down to California, where justice is better served by the proper authorities. Officers were called to the area via an alarm that had been triggered by several suspects that were spotted fleeing the scene. The officers gave chase, but during the foot race, they tripped the surveillance camera of one of the locals in the neighborhood who, instead of calling the police, called his grandson to handle the situation. The grandson armed himself with a rifle and went after the pair that he saw fleeing the area and even fired a couple shots their way to stop the chase. And it worked. The suspects that he had shot at indeed stopped and identified themselves as the local police that were chasing the real suspects. Yeah, grandson was arrested and faces some serious charges.
Damn, man.
That's a bad look.
He should be glad he did not hit one of them.
No kidding, dude.
Had been a much different response.
Yeah. He came close. They talked about how he was very close.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's a decent shot.
Right. And they're like,
Good thing he's not a good shot.
You're right. Stay decent. Don't get good.
Stop. Pow, pow, pow. You stop.
That's when they turned around. He's just like, oh no.
I didn't see the...
Sorry.
Damn. Sorry, man. But that's the case. Those starts with a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
We go to California, where one man wasn't about to let a horrible diagnosis slow him down. 2 years ago, he was given the diagnosis that he has a rare form of cancer that has spread to his lungs and bones, unfortunately giving him a 5-year life expectancy. With that kind of news, he set out to realize a dream that he had been holding for several years. Having completed 15 Ironman races throughout his life, he worked as hard as he could to eventually qualify and run in the VinFast Ironman World Championship in Hawaii. His condition made it difficult to train and participate in the race, but he's happy to say that he did cross the finish line, realizing his dream.
Okay. Nice.
All right. The cancer spread to his lungs. He says there was a couple times out there, swimming in the swimming portion of the Ironman. He just had to float on his back just to get his breath back.
Sure.
Out there, you're running a marathon. You're running a literal marathon after you've gone on, you've biked for however long, after you've swam for however long. Like, the Ironman's no joke.
No.
And for somebody who's got compromised lungs to take that out, man, power to you. Power to you. Men's Room Sports, you got college ball on tonight over on CBS Sports, ESPN2, and FS1, NBA basketball on ESPN, and hockey on NHL. Tomorrow, college football all day on your regular broadcasters, ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, and ESPN. Big game of the night is USC is right here in Seattle taking on the UW Huskies. That'll be 4:30 over on Big Ten Network. No Cougs this weekend. Beyond that, you've got basketball on NBA Network, hockey on NHL, and the Kraken are in Ottawa taking on the Senators, looking to bring some magic back to this road trip after a pretty dismal Game 2 there against Toronto. Puck drops at 4 over on Kong. Again, that's tomorrow. And then on Sunday, you've got Kraken hockey again as they go into Boston against the Bruins. Puck drops at 2 on Kong, as well as Sounders playoffs. Game 2 against Houston goes down at 3:30 on Apple TV. And, of course, Sunday football. We got the Ravens game at the 10 a.m. window here locally over on CBS.
Really?
Oh. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And that'll open things up so that we can watch the Seahawks host the Rams at 1:25 over on Fox. Sunday night features the Vikings hosting the Colts. As far as your weather, we're in for the rain. Plan for it to be on and off all weekend long, with temperatures peaking in the low 50s and down to the high 40s at night, with some scattered sun breaks planned for Sunday, and then back to normal rain in the mid-50s on Monday. And that is it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawkins out.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you tomorrow, 4 until 8. The Holidays Porter Party at Black Raven Brewing in Woodinville. Absolutely free.
Yes, indeed. Hope to see you there. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday gifts for the home, like vacuums, bedding, and home decor. You'll have money left over for those sweet handbells you've had your eye on. Or those gingerbread scented candles that help with the illusion that you made the dessert yourself. Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Getting help for mental health shouldn't be as hard as it is. Thankfully, Mindful Therapy Group is here to make your mental health journey as painless as possible. Be seen in as little as 48 hours for in-person or telehealth appointments. Mindful partners with thousands of licensed clinicians to find the perfect fit for you. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Mindful Therapy Group also accepts insurance, so you can focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to get started today.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.